Hello everybody and welcome to the Care Like Colin Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Ethan Petitt with you here, and today it's week 4 of the high school football season. Today we have the Dougherty Trojans against the Harris County Tigers. Both teams 1 and 2 looking to get back to an even record at 500. And for Harris County, this means a lot more after 2 rough weeks on the road. And you know, they have a lot to do tonight. They have a lot to clean up. And you know, I want to start off with the practices this week. They've been very good. You know, the vibes have been good. You know, despite the rough 2 weeks, the coaches have been, you know, talking very highly about this squad, and they really think that they can come back from those 2 road losses, and I think they can too. I think everyone else here knows that too, that they can come back and recover from that road trip. And you know, practice, like I just mentioned, it's been so good. The players have been all over the place. They've been so hyped for this game, ready to be back home in front of a Harris County crowd. And it's a USA theme tonight, so everyone wearing their red, white, and blue. It's going to be a fun one. The student section is actually on the hill tonight instead of up here on the bleachers, and you know, and part of that is because it's youth night tonight. They're recognizing the rec league for football in Harris County, and you know, that's one thing that these players really look at. You know, they were once those kids once, you know, wanting to play on the big stage here at Harris County at Danny Durham Field, and I think that that's so cool. And these guys are looking up to these football players right here, and they want to set that example. The high school team, they want to set that example to the younger kids of, you know, how they play and what it's like and what it means to be a Harris County Tiger. And we don't have any word on captains today. We're running a little bit behind, and but we'll get them to you when we do know. And also, we may have a delayed start. We do have some inclement weather in the area. We just got an alarm go off right before the show started, and we'll be looking at that more in depth, and we'll be watching the radar. So we think kickoff may be around 7:40 now, so essentially just a 10-minute delay. And Harris County's game plan, you know, they didn't have much of that run game established last week, and that's usually what they like to do to win the games. That's usually what they love, and I think they'll try and establish that early. I think that's what they need to do, and maybe get the ball in the air a little bit, right? Maybe use the run game to open up the air and pass it. And also Damon Brooks is back, so that'll be huge for the passing game. He adds depth to the wide receiver position and DB position, so on defense as well, where they've had some struggles here recently. And also pep rally this morning for their first home game back since week 1. It was so fun, and everyone was out there screaming, and the seniors won the stick. It was a lot of good vibes, and you know, I think everybody is so excited for this game. I personally myself is, and you can tell the crowd's starting to file in, and Dougherty's bringing a solid crowd. They just got here about 45 minutes to an hour ago, and they're over by the goalposts praying right now and getting ready for this game against Harris County. And also, like I mentioned, Harris County 1 and 2, they really need to get back to an even record at 500, and this is a big turning point in the season. You either go from 2 and 2 to 1 and 3 with a loss. So you know, you get down to 1 and 3. That's a high hill to get over, and they really need to get up to 2 and 2. They'll have an off week next week and then go on the road, I do believe, to Northside. I could be wrong about that. Or excuse me, no, Jonesboro after that's a home game. So a few home games in a row with an off week sandwich in between the two. And like I mentioned, the student section is on the hill tonight, and a lot of good vibes coming from over there. You know, they like to be in a new environment, and the new youth night, and the band is over where they usually are, so you know, that's why they're on the hill. But also, like I mentioned, you know, the ground game, they really need to establish that early and able to open up the passing game with Matthew Alexic. And I think it'll be a lot of fun to see how Harris County plays this game tonight, especially after their struggles the past 2 weeks against Troop and Carver. And, you know, like I mentioned, those were 2 road games, and now they're back at home against their home crowd. And I really think that, you know, if they can get a score early, right, get on the board. They haven't had a score in 2 weeks, and I think they really need to score early, get some momentum, and just, you know, carry that over into next week. And now I'm going to send it down to Elizabeth Fisher. She's with Principal Lindy Snyder when we come back.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Welcome back to Harris County Football. I'm Elizabeth Fisher. I'm here with Miss Snyder, and I'll be interviewing her. Today, we're having a home game. What is the difference between the home atmosphere and the away atmosphere?
The home atmosphere is electric. Away, we're there. We're just kind of sitting around waiting on our crew to come out. But here at home, we've got the whole community. We've got the smells, the sounds, the lights. We got our people, and the students are here cheering. It's a great atmosphere at home.
What has this school year been going so far?
It's been going great so far. The kids have been really good. It's been exciting. Our seniors are super excited, super school spirited. We had a pep rally today. It was a lot of fun. Still don't think I'm hearing all that well, but it's been great so far.
What do you hope that the football team players take away, win or loss,
from this season? Yeah, these guys have been working since last year. In January, they started. And I hope that their takeaway is that this community is behind them and supports them. And there's so much more here. They're student athletes, and they get a great education. They have a great time. They take away the memories, but that we love them no matter what, and go Tigers.
All right, here's a quick surprise question.
Okay.
Do you have any rituals before the games?
I'm super football superstitious. So whatever I start with, I have to continue with. We had a little run of bad luck, so I changed something up this time. And I'm hopeful and I'm excited that it's going to work. So whatever I do that Friday, I have to do every Friday, as long as it's working.
All right, thank you. We'll be back after a short break.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
This is Harris County football, and nobody does it like the county.
Everyone got a little taste of it this morning at the pep rally, and usually only the football players can hear Coach Holbrook talk like that, but everyone, they heard him, and they popped out tonight. I mean, there's a lot of people here, and everyone's just so excited, and like you said, Coach Holbrook, he gets everyone fired up. He certainly did this morning.
Yeah, now that's on the off the field. We're excited about that, but on the field, we're looking at Harris County coming in here, establishing the running game. They got to win the line of scrimmage. We've seen the last couple of weeks, that's where the struggle's been, and it leads to everything going off the rails. But when you look at what Harris County's got going, they got to establish that. And I think moving Liam Colley from defensive line to offensive line did a little bit last week, but I think this week we see the fruit of that labor.
Yeah, and every football game comes down to who's going to win the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively. And Harris County, they failed to do that the past couple of weeks, and that's why they've lost. And I think if they can get that going early and set the tone, I think they have a really good chance of pulling this one out.
Yeah, and you mentioned the return of Damon Brooks coming in, missing the first 3 games, had an arm injury. But him coming back, the depth that adds at wide receiver. We've seen Jalen Robinson, Cade Tyus, Michael Vettel the last couple of weeks stepping up. So we've seen some of these guys, these younger guys step up. But having that Damon come in here, we've seen Brooks, remember his brother Demetrius playing, Damon last year at DB, and that wide receiver this year at both. Just how's that going to help this team with that depth?
Yeah, it's going to help them a lot, especially with the struggles they've had with trying to get the ball in the air and completing passes. And now they're going to have an extra weapon to go to with if Jalen gets tired, right? If he's, if someone can't be out on the field, they have a guy that they can rely on to go out there and make plays.
Yeah, when you look at them two coming back, you hear the coaches coming back, and something else coming in here tonight. You see the team, they're going to be getting ready tonight. They're going at the tunnel is the black on black. The first home game in Manchester, we had the white pants. The black on black is kind of with Coach Watson. It means something. And the players went black on black, and the coaching staff's got the black on black. What does that do as a student body when you know the success Harris County's had? It's kind of your mantra has been that black on black uniform. So when you see that this tonight.
Yeah, and that's something that they usually do. And, you mentioned we didn't see it in week 1, but I thought it was really cool that, they have that out. And that's something that Harris County prides themselves on with those uniforms. And it's like teams wearing white at home, right? Not every team does it, and not every team's going to wear all black at home or all of one color at home. And I think that's something Harris County does that I think is really cool and really special. And I was a little devastated to not see it week 1, but, hey, they won.
Yeah, they won the game, but, the black on black, is that it has that look, the new uniforms, and just what that carries. You see the captains coming out in the midfield getting ready for the coin toss. We see the Dougherty coaching staff getting set up here with us. But when you look at the captains, let's go ahead and go through the captains of the Whistling Pig captains this week. You got 79, Cowboy, Wes Sappington. Then you see number 12, Montrez Woods. He's done a great job. And Montrez getting this, he's a senior as well. Then you got DJ Holsley and Carter Myers, all 4 seniors. I think this is a week you needed that senior leadership to kind of get everybody fired up for the game this week.
Yeah, and that's something that they didn't do the past couple of weeks is, they didn't have all seniors up there, but these are your leaders of the team, right? These are the guys that are going to get the other people fired up.
All right, now we're getting excited. We got the pregame hype going on the video board, and we're going to take a break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And there you see, now you see the administration at midfield. I don't know if y'all caught it. We had a lightning delay. The siren went off during then. Ethan, we were over there talking, Ethan, we heard the alarm go off. You see the players. Kind of kills the hype we were just talking about. You had the team run out of the tunnel. I'd like to see them inflate the tunnel back up and have them come back. But you see athletic director Jeff Willis and assistant AD KB out on the field. Ethan, you know, we got to find a way to keep that energy as them guys head over to the locker room.
Yeah, this is one of the worst things that can happen if you're a football team, you know, is you get warmed up, you get ready for kickoff, you know, you're 5 minutes away, not even, and, you know, you hear that alarm. That's one of the worst things that, you know, you can hear going into that game. And, that, you know, that's one of the things that, you know, another thing is it is hard to warm back up, you know, once you're already warmed up. You know, you get in that locker room for, you know, 30 minutes or however long it is, and all of a sudden you're cold again, right? No one's and they're not fired up, which I'm sure that'll change by the time we kick this game off. But, you know, I just think that I don't know if it'll have any negative effects. I hope not, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think even the band's having to head off now, and by the time they get over there to the indoor, get settled in, it'll be time to flip back over. And you talk about the warming back up. You know, that's physically and mentally. You got to channel that energy back and, you know, get fired back up. You got the kids here, the youth night. You got a packed house here. And right now you're pretty much just trying to get everything back over there to the indoor. And we're waiting on that. You know, we're sitting here and you look out towards Pine Mountain. So you're hoping the weather's moved on. And it's not the weather. The weather's fine. It's just lightning.
Yeah, and that's what really sucks is that it could be – you know, the furthest it can be to make that thing go off, but still 30 minutes. And, you know, that's really unfortunate that that's how it is. But, you know, safety comes first with these guys. And, you know, I can't say I disagree with it.
Yes, absolutely. It's a safety issue you get right here with the teams walking off. When you look on the field, let's just go ahead and talk about some of the things that maybe this is the second home game. And, you know, people that's watched this broadcast of the Manchester game might have noticed, if you haven't been out to Danny Durham Field, the new turf. We got the grass pattern, but the first thing that stands out, I think, to everybody, and it's something that looks great, I really like it, these yellow numbers that we put on the field, or gold numbers, as Miss Snyder corrects me all the time in saying, these gold numbers on the field.
Yeah, she got on to me earlier about that when I was making some graphics, but yeah, it's great to see, and it's really cool because not a lot of teams around in this area have that, and you get here and, you know, it really makes a huge difference. You know, you look at what it was last year, which isn't, I mean, it wasn't bad, but I'm just saying that this is an upgrade from what it was last year. The end zones, I like the new font and what they've done there, and they've matched it with the black and then the gold outlines, which is the same as the Harris County and at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'm really happy with how it turned out. You also look right here below the 50 as you're looking on the screen, you see the gray line on the numbers. And that's just the timing of a broadcaster. There you go. You got to zoom it in. You see that gray line? That's the flag football. They don't have to put cones up anymore, simulating the sidelines. In the past, it's usually your far hash mark to your near sideline would be a flag football field. But now, Harris County has a great flag football program. Multiple, you know, Elite Eight's been the worst years that they've had since the inception. So seeing, you know, the school acknowledge that sport And we're excited to say on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Harris County, Ethan Petitt will be the voice of flag football. So, Ethan, tell us a little bit about flag football, how excited you are about that season.
I'm really excited to see, what they do, and I can't be more excited myself to be there myself, and call it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And also, you mentioned with the lines on the field, it's just something that sticks out that other teams don't have, and it makes Harris County look a little special. But I cannot wait to see what they do this year. Obviously, quarterback one, Cricket Collie, can't wait to see what she does, and also Pearson Petitt, wide receiver. That connection.
Yeah.
It's been downright almost unstoppable the past couple years, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of balls go that way.
And you mentioned Pearson Petitt, wide receiver, and hey, no, we ain't gonna beat around the bush. That's your sister. That's your big sister. You can be proud of her. We like that. As Brandon's got the camera hooked up here, got us on camera. That was a little surprise when I looked on here. But let's talk about Pearson. Went on a visit last week. Flag football as it grows, the scholarships being offered out. How about her going to, I believe it was Arkansas, the Hendrix College? Talk about that some.
Yeah, it was a really good experience for her to even, go and see how these universities operate and what they are. And I liked it for her, to be able to get that experience. And also with how you mentioned how fast flag football is growing. We talked to a coach when we were in Dallas about a month or two ago, and he is a full-time college recruiter for flag football. So, I mean, that just tells you how much that it's growing when you have, someone that's making a living off of recruiting flag football players.
Yeah, and Harris County's already sent 4 off to college, and all 4 went to the same college up in Tennessee, Milligan, which shout out to Coach Witten and that Milligan staff. But, it's fun to see these kids not just take the visits to Milligan. They're going to these different places, using these, taking advantage of these visits. And hopefully, I'd like to see, nothing against Milligan, but the brand kind of branch out some and, go somewhere else. And right now it's a close-knit community, but it's fun to see Pearson. She's one of the ones that say, hey, I want to look elsewhere, see what fits me the best. And Milligan colors are orange and black, so Hendrix was black and orange too. But just seeing her go out there doing her own thing is super cool to see. Of course, Cricket's got a slew of scholarships, and now you're finding out firsthand Pearson's starting to get them rolling in.
Yeah, and, obviously I love to see it for her, and she deserves it. She has worked really hard to get to where she is, and, we go to the field with her just about every chance we can and go throw balls to her, and that, that's all that, just extra work, when you're not practicing, and being able to have the drive to go do it yourself when, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And, just go out there, run some routes, catch some balls, and just work on the simple fundamentals. And but, I mean, I couldn't be more excited to see where she goes and where she decides to take her next step in flag football.
It's going to be fun. And, we talk about her work, her and Cricket going out there year-round. And then we also have to shout out Cadence Jenkins and Macy McGuire. They've been out there with them getting these reps in. Macy, she's a junior this year, so she's getting ready for that college step. And when you look at this team coming in, I'm just super excited about this bunch. And, we're replacing some rushers, which is a position that's near to me because that's the position I coach with them, having to replace these, Liv Owens. Then you got Bailey Hetzel coming back, who led the region in sacks last year. We got her coming back, but she's going to have a bunch of young kids with her. But that's exciting because you're seeing these new faces, this new skill set. And when you look at this team, it's coming so close, so many years to the state championship. And when you look at them this year in this new regions, and, we're in a region now with Heard County and Troop and LaGrange, and you're worried about these new teams, but you're also excited. Maybe this is a year, just the new scenery is something we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And also, just like you said, see new faces and see how that this program can build and continue to be a contender in their region and even in the state. Obviously we all love to see it in the county, and I can't wait to see it. But if I really hope that they can, do good in that region. I think they will, absolutely. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're excited about the flag football. Currently going on softball and volleyball. How about this volleyball having a surprise season? Even in the summer, there wasn't that much hype coming into it. And Coach Mobley really has his volleyball team playing at a high level, and I think, we're kind of just, they'll make the playoffs. If you get into the playoffs, then you just try to hope something gets going. But they're 14-4.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a team that had a losing record last year. You went and saw some JV action the other day, so you see what's coming in the pipeline. And I think that JV team is going to be really good when they get to the varsity level.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And, I'm not a big volleyball guy myself. And, but from what I saw, I was really impressed. And I think that they can continue to build on that with these, young girls and everything to continue and build that program. And obviously, like you mentioned, they're good now. And I think that shows. And I'm sure they have a lot of young girls on there now, right, that can be when they're seniors and juniors, when those girls that are at JV now, when they come up, how good of a team that they could be.
Yeah, I think what should have told me is when you see how good the JV was, that's what they call a dead giveaway, that varsity was going to be good, that you're having to hold down these younger kids. And you see why Coach Mobley has a great team. And now we're going from just saying, hey, let's just make the playoffs, and now saying, hey, let's make a deep run at these playoffs. Yeah. And speaking of deep runs in the playoffs, right across from us, softball field. Mm-hmm. Softball's got 3 losses this year, but they are rocking and rolling right now. They had a tough 1-0 loss last week to the north side. But I kind of think that loss to the north side is putting so much where it's kind of taking the attention off of them. It's hard to say that. You got defending state champs, Coach Jenkins, 3-time champ in a row now, 4-time overall. And it's kind of taking them to the underdog role, believe it or not. And you look at that matchup in a couple weeks with Northside, which Ethan Petitt will be on the call for. And, Ethan, how excited are you, not just about the softball team, but that Northside game in a couple weeks particular, being your first softball game?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, Coach Jenkins is going to want to get that get-back after that tough 1-0 loss. And you're not going to see the softball team get shut out, very much. They hit the ball very good, and they're just a good team overall.
Yeah.
And, that trip to Colorado, they didn't lose a game out there. I thought that was very impressive. And they showed the nation, that they're a good softball team. And I can't wait to see them against Northside. It's going to be a good game. And it's back here in the county.
Yeah, it's always one of the best atmospheres of any sport, the Northside-Harris County game, make no bones. Harris County has some games in between that we're still excited about. They beat Central Carroll last night. They got some big games before that, but it's going to be right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We want to promote that Northside game. And that 1-0 loss, they gave up one hit, which was a solo homer. But Harris County hit the ball well. They just couldn't get that big hit. They hit to drive them in, and, hey, that happens. And, this Harris County softball team, their mission is still that state championship. When you talk to Coach Harper, Coach Wingard, Coach Branch, Coach Gowdy, they all tell you the exact same thing. But, just knowing once you get past Northside, then it's on. Playoffs are right around the corner, and we'll be rocking and rolling with that. Well, we're going to take a quick break right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County, and we'll be back to we're going to keep doing this throughout the weather delay, kind of like having a little radio show here, just kind of keep people entertained halfway. And we'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
And welcome back to Hamilton. Still a beautiful night here in the county, and just what you expect here early in the football season. And real quick, we'd like to give a quick shout out. We didn't even mention any of the shouts because we thought we was rocking and rolling for the game. But we'd like to shout out Zaxby's, which, the Big Zax snack is just about what everybody gets, their go-to meal. So if you got time, go grab you a Big Zax snack, or I go for the kickin' chicken sandwich. Shout out to Zaxby's and Master Wall. I see they're about to be moving to Fortson Road soon. See the sign over there right now. They're over off Flat Rock Road. But, hey, all your construction needs right there, thanks to the Master Wall. Then, of course, up here in the county, we couldn't do anything that we do up here without Derek Moxley Concrete. Derek Moxley Concrete Service is the go-to for anything concrete-wise. They've done a lot of work around the ballparks, around Harris County. The concrete, you see the players walk down. They just do so much around Harris County, and he's all over. He's down in Buena Vista. He's all over the place doing work. I was talking to him the other day, and it was actually about the commercial you see. And I want to make sure we had everything look good, and he just told me, he gave me a thumbs up, then he told me today, hey, I never watched it. I just figured if y'all did it, it must have been good. He said he didn't have no service down there in Marion County. But how about a shout out to the Whistling Pig? We mentioned them with the captains tonight. You know, Whistling Pig's been here a couple years now with us, big-time supporter. In Christ Chapel, Hamilton, Pastor Randy Huff. They got 2 services now, 9:30 and 11:15. Go through Christ Chapel right there on 27, just past Park, before you get to Sweet Bay if you're coming from Catala. Reverse that, right past Sweet Bay before you get to Park if you're coming from Pine Mountain. In the Harris County Sheriff's Office, Mike Jolly's always come around. He comes up to us all the time. We see him at not just football, at any sporting event we go to. Mike Jolly's liable to be there. And the sheriff will really, just help us out and make sure we're good, make sure, see if we need anything. And, it's nice to have that kind of support. And he checks. Joe Dasher, you see him right there, 334-203-1322. Kubota Bashir's over there. Bashir's Kubota over in Opelika. He does a lot. Now, we're hoping to see Bashir's a lot tonight because he gets on the scoring drive. He sponsors Harris County scoring drive. And we like to see that sponsor pop up on the screen a whole lot tonight. And also CareLikeColin.org. I know Ethan touched on them at the beginning. They're the title sponsor of his pregame show. And the awesome thing about that, and I got to give the shout out to CareLikeColin.org. When Nick reached out to me, he wanted to support students. He wanted what is something he could do that supports a student or multiple students at Harris County. And I said, hey, how about this? And we threw, with the help of Brandon Schwabel, the executive producer, we kind of put together this little pregame show. And I'll say it, Brandon came up with a name, the Care Like Colin Countdown to Kickoff. And Nick and them just jumped all over. They loved that idea. But, hey, that's why it's so important for us to make sure it's students going. You see today we added a new student, Elizabeth Fisher, coming in there. Y'all see she's been writing the articles on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. So it's fun seeing Elizabeth now getting on camera. And she's been a big addition. She's also an intern with Ethan, so it's fun. And then Pine Mountain Chiropractic. Dr. Jeff up there, awesome job. I go see him myself. I recommend going up there to Pine Mountain right before you get to the Troop County line, so you're still in the county. So we'd like to thank Dr. Jeff. And then, of course, Rick Knight at State Farm. Rick Knight has been a supporter of anything that we're doing up here. He always calls me. He texts me, wants to make sure, if we need anything, he's there for us. If any of the boys need anything, if any of the girls up here on the internships need anything, what can he do to help us out? And it's awesome to have that support and him just saying that he wants to help. So we love Rick Knight. We appreciate everything he's done at State Farm throughout the county for over 30 years. Then I appreciate everything he's done for me, and I'd like to appreciate all them. And when we come back from this quick break, it's going to be me and Ethan Pettit on the mic, and hopefully football coming up on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County. Catching Christian Olsen, 25, 20, 15, 10, touchdown Tigers!
Harris County rises to the occasion again.
And look at that shot right there, Ethan coming in with a water tower. Skittle hands over here, trying to get caught up. I'm telling on you, Ethan. Ethan, this is weather delay. We hate that. We should be playing football right now, but we're not. But I think, something you just kind of talked about in the break. You said, I kind of like this talking thing. And Ethan, we mentioned the internship. We want you to get ready for media. Look, you're killing the graphics. You're killing the play-by-play. We're trying to get you, like the pregame show, on camera. But this is another form of media. We've talked about it, doing it before, but I think this kind of motivates me a little more to do it. Mm-hmm. Like getting you in a podcast form, kind of talking sports. So Ethan Pettit, the day after the Dallas Cowboys lost to open the NFL season, kind of give us some sports takes right now that's not just Harris County related. Just let us kind of know what Ethan Pettit got going on.
For what sport exactly?
No,
NFL
you.
Football
Tell about what excites Ethan Pettit.
Yeah, Auburn. Last week, their dominant victory over Baylor. I like to see that.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a good football team this year. Jackson Arnold looked really good. Tomorrow, if they somehow lose to Ball State, I'm going to be very upset about that. There should be no way that happens. But, no, I think they're going to be a good team this year. And I'm excited to watch them. And, college basketball will be coming around the corner soon. That'll be fun to watch. Auburn was a good team last year, obviously. Didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but that's just how it's going to go sometimes. But last night, watching the Cowboys, that wasn't very good. And, they had a similar thing here. They had a weather delay last night as well, but that came in the third quarter. I think that's a lot worse than before a game because, you're already playing. You get a half in and then halfway through the third quarter. I think Auburn are going to be pretty good this year. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think Auburn's going to be pretty good. How about give Ethan runs a Instagram page, Kudzu Sports AU, gets the Auburn stuff on there. Get a little bit of it on Facebook. But, Ethan's running that. And, I think the last couple of years I was doing that, going to the Auburn games. I'm a Georgia fan. I think people know that. But I've kind of fallen in love with the people over at Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Shelley retired after the last season. I love Miss Poe. Miss Shelley was awesome, one of the best sports information directors I've been around. I think she kind of made me like the people there a lot. And you want to see them people when you want people you care about, you like, you want to see them happy. Kind of like when I look up here and I see your graphics on the Jumbotron, I kind of like, that makes me happy. That I'm proud of you, so I'd be happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous that Georgia has to go to Jordan-Hare at night. Yeah. They're retiring Cam Newton's number that night. But Georgia has other fish to fry before that. Next week, Georgia goes to Knoxville. Tennessee's offense looked really good last week against Syracuse, which is coached by Fran Brown, who was at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Used a lot of Kirby Smart methods and stuff. So, that's a nerve-wracking game. Then Georgia's off. Then they come back with Bama. So, it's like 2 easy games for Georgia. Then you're just jumping right into the fire with both feet. And I think everybody's like that in the SEC once it starts because, you can attest for Auburn.
Yeah.
Once you get past Ball State and I believe it's South Alabama, and then you're in the fire. You're not easing into it. You're going, Oklahoma, A&M, Georgia. So there's no easing into that kind of a schedule. And, it's fun to see softball here at Harris County. We just got to sneak in Harris County news. They won 7-0 Effingham County tonight. That moves them to 13-3. So that's excited. You see the packed house. Me and Ethan way up on that opposite corner. I don't even think you can see my hand moving. We're way up top of the press box. And, the more we travel around and go to these road games, Ethan, the more you do appreciate kind of what we have here in Harris County. Is it the easiest thing with a ladder? Is it the easiest, being out? Not always, but we are grateful for what we have up here. It's a beautiful field. The scenery, I'll put it against anybody, any level. Look, Buford's got a $60 million stadium. I'm sure that's awesome to look at that beautiful stadium. But the sunsets here in the county with the water tower, the mountains, when they get the baseball field, softball field lights, the indoor, it's just, this scenery just beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah, it is, exactly. And, you can't get a bad seat in here. Even if you're the last person to walk in here in a sold-out crowd, you're not going to get a bad view here at Tiger Stadium. I love coming here for these home games, and I didn't come much prior to this season.
Yeah.
I went to a couple last year, but, it's really cool to be up here and, be with these guys that they run these broadcasts so well. But, yeah, I like being up here and doing what I love most, watching football.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome. I know you're enjoying it. You're the student now. You get to enjoy this while you have it. But I just can't imagine what it feels like for some of the alumni that, when they come over here, it was a 2A school. Or a lot of them played, even when I was coming up, Harris County played at Moultrie Park. Baseball played at Moultrie Park. The football field was off 27. Now the STC, you see a big old playground. You can't imagine. That was a high school football field. And to go from that to where we're at now, it's just something this entire county is so proud of what they have here. And look, you're always going to have people that complain. There's always people that get on Facebook and complain about the indoor facility. But, the athletes ain't complaining, and the students here don't complain about it because everybody uses that. I couldn't imagine being in school, even if I didn't play sports, and taking PE in the indoor facility or coming up. It's just so much cool stuff going on. So it's neat to see that. We're excited for it. We're excited for this game. I haven't had an update. I'm going to try to get one on this next break. So we're going to take a break right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Harris County and hopefully come back with an update.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And welcome back. We got an update. How about an update for everybody? We're going to be about 3 minutes now. The players are going to come out on the field, and then there's going to be a 10-minute warm-up. So we're 13 minutes away from kickoff, hopefully, right here in Hamilton. And, hey, real quick, I just wanted to look behind me. This is the amazing team that we've assembled up here. I'll tell you right now, these guys are awesome. You see behind me in the awesome shirt that I know Coach Alex Moore is proud of that shirt. Wrestling team was selling this summer. Me and Brandon saw him, and Brandon said, I got to have one of them shirts. That's Brandon Schwobel. You hear me mention him a whole lot. He's the executive producer. Next to him, Marcus Thaxton. He's up here helping Brandon out. Hey, he's got a lot of camera switching, keep up with the score, clock. Marcus up here helping him, and also Marcus helped set up. We got a whole lot of stuff. You just see a little bit of it right here on camera, but we got a lot of stuff up here. And then we got Elizabeth Fisher. We mentioned her. She was on field pregame. She's up here learning a little bit of this stuff. She also helps with the school with the video board, the new video board, the mini one over at softball. She does a lot of that stuff, so she's helping the school out a whole lot. She's up here learning some stuff. She's going to do some things for us. Hopefully she can get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's kind of what we do. We've done it with Ethan, putting him in the fire. He can attest to it. And then you see Jacob Harbuck over here. He's the camera extraordinaire, playing on his phone when he should be working. That's just what Jake does all the time. But he's a great cameraman. I pick at him all the time. He's I think a lot of people that might be watching this, if you've played Little League Baseball the last 4 or 5 years, you know Jacob. He's umpired for years over there. He's been one of the most friendly umpires, even though he has some ejections lately. It comes with him getting a little bit older. But he's just been an umpire around the county that's kind of the popular umpire. You know, young, he's that guy. He's that guy that all the kids know. He's a dear, dear friend to me, and it's fun to have him up here. And he's been a really good cameraman, Ethan.
Yeah.
And, you know, the stuff that he does for us, you know, he was going to help us one game, and now he's full-time camera right here. He loves it. He loves Harris County. He graduated from up here, which is always fun. And that's the team that we have up here. Now we should be closing in on that. And then there you see the man right there. That is Drew Plata running the sideline camera, getting all these awesome shots from the sidelines. He's an incredible talent. There's his shot right there. You saw him adjusting the camera, and that's what he was getting on. But we're happy to have Drew down here helping us out. So it's really fun to see that, you know, what started as, you know, pretty much last year, me, Brandon, and Bain Robertson, who came up here. He was the other cameraman. He had some other responsibilities he had to take care of this year with work. But, you know, we get a cameraman. But, hey, we got Ethan. Let's Ethan help us with football. Let's bring up Marcus. You know, Marcus can do this and that for Brandon. I can have some help there. And then you get somebody like Jacob that's a great camera operator that loves Harris County, so he loves being up here. Mm-hmm. Then Elizabeth adds in. And then, you know, they're helping out. Then we're trying to get, right now, I'm just going to give them a shout-out. I think we can't really see them too good. I know Jacob was. And I think you hear it in the background.
Oh, man.
That's going to be another delay. And I think I'm about as brokenhearted as I've been in a long, long time. So we're going to try to get some more on-camera stuff. But we're going to run some commercials real quick. I can't promise it's going to be 2 or more, but we're going to run some ads. We'll be right back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And I think that little smiley face on the Glenn Smith ad could be me and you right now.
Yeah.
How about that whistle that we heard was the 30-minute all clear? Coach Renner on the PA let us know that's the all clear. Ethan, talk about that, kind of fired us back up here.
Yeah, I thought we were about to be in for a very long night
Yeah.
when I heard that. But, no, he came over while we were at the break, said that's the all clear. I saw the players. They were starting to walk out. They heard the alarm. They went right back into the locker room, but here they come. Starting to come outside now, and there's Dougherty, and they're ready for some football. I know we are, so they're going to have a, 10-minute warm-up?
Yeah, going to be a 10-minute warm-up, so we'll just say about 8:10, maybe 8:09. We're going to have some football action right here in Hamilton. The officials are coming out of the field house. That's some of the changes we see, too. Now the officials just go right there to the field house, which used to be the locker room, for years and years. You see them walking out. Great work. Right? That's what we're talking about, Jacob Harbuck, the camera op. He's just on top of it. So a shout out to them. Ethan, now that we're fired back up, you got the Dougherty lined up. They're stretching. Harris County's walking over here. How do you think they could try to channel that energy back? Because you done had all your pregame speeches. You had all your stretches. So now how fired up you think these boys got to be?
I think in my personal opinion, they need to play that hype video one more time before we get going and, get these guys back hyped up. But I'm sure they had some conversations in the locker room, right, telling them, hey, just chill out, for a second and just lock in, get ready. And now they're coming back out like hopefully like they were before we had the that delay. But I couldn't be more happy now that we heard that alarm that said that we're all clear, not that we have another 30 minutes to wait.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Got Coach Renner. When he said that's the 30-minute all clear, I just knew when he said the 30-minute delay, and I was just about my heart. I think you could hear it in my voice while we were talking on that last talk break, was that it's something we mentioned earlier. It's worked out in an advantage tonight for me and you. I think being able to talk like this, and then you see Harris County walking over here, and that's some of the work that Derek Moxley Concrete Service. They made that ramp so the players can walk. It's neat to see them walk over here. You see they're going to get fired right back up. Honestly, with me, knowing this coaching staff, if I had to sit over there for 30 minutes with the Coach Winkles and Coach Holbrook, I think they could have ran through that wall over there before coming over here, because them guys know how to fire you up. And listen to this crowd. This crowd really making some noise as Harris County's coming. And this is what we talked about all week. We mentioned the social media site, the Harris County football page. It was no secret. After what happened last weekend, it was a point of emphasis on it's up to us. It's up to social media. Let's remind everybody, these boys need the county. They need people to come out here and not just show up, but they need some people to make some noise.
Yeah.
And I think this crowd already before the game, just right then you kind of get the chill bumps as they hear the support from the county. What's that like?
Yeah, everyone loves that, those players run out there, they're waving their arms, getting everyone hyped up, and that kind of goes back to the pep rally this morning. The Holbrook telling everyone, he said defense, everyone was going crazy. He said offense, everyone went silent. But see, just like that now, getting hyped up, getting back into that mode of just wanting to go out there, dominate, and win a football game.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Harris County mindset has to come back. The Harris County mindset with Coach Watson, dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
We're going to lean on you. We're going to lean on you for 4 quarters, and then that 4th quarter we're going to outperform you. And that's got to come back. It's a mindset at Harris County. We mentioned, there's something about anything can fire you up. It's something about looking on that field and seeing coaches in all black and the team black on black. There's something to that here in Harris County, and hopefully that fires this team up tonight.
Yeah, and I think it absolutely will, especially, they haven't been home since week 1. And like you mentioned, the 2 rough weeks on the road, they could not be more excited to be back at home tonight. And here they go starting their stretches. But I'm still just so relieved that we don't have to wait another 30 minutes.
I think Ethan's ain't come off cloud 9 when he heard that Coach Renner say that's the 30-minute all clear. I know we're fired up. You see, there's Coach Moxley or Derek Moxley walking through with his khaki shorts. He's the get-back guy. He gets Coach Watson off the field, make sure we don't get no 15-yard penalties. You know, we got plenty of stories I could tell with Coach Moxley on the sidelines with. We had a game a few years ago, I believe it was 45 yards worth of penalties on sideline behavior, sideline issues with the official, which was this guy picking on Harris County. I ain't going to lie about that. But it's fun hearing Derek tell them stories. And thanks to him again, Derek Moxley Concrete coming in here. This is the Derek Moxley Concrete Service Game of the Week. We're excited about that. So you see Harris County stretching. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with a little bit of, you know, try to hype everything back up. I'm going to look at Brandon when I say this so I can see his face get mad at me. How about we play a little bit of the intro, and then how about some Coach Holbrook on the backside of the intro and get everything fired back up? I think he's going to do that. Even if he's mad, we'll get over it. All right, we'll be right back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Catching Christian Olsen, 25, 20, 15, 10, touchdown Tigers! Harris County rises to the occasion again.
This is Harris County football, and nobody does it like the county.
And here you go. See how we're getting ready to play up here. The players still getting stretched out. You see the 5 minutes on the clock counting us down. I think the excitement level is getting higher and higher. See the white hat right there talking to 6'7". How about that, Ethan? I'm an old man, but I'm still on that. That was a good TikTok we had. Ethan, appreciate Ethan down there wearing that 6'7", getting a little shout out. Quarterbacks throwing. You mentioned the pregame, you know, getting excited. We got Alexich and Caden Harrison both getting some playing time. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and how both these quarterbacks kind of give you something different?
Yeah, you know, with Harrison, he's going to give you more of that deep throw, you know, that deep ball.
Yeah.
And Alexich, he's more of that dual threat guy. You know, he can do that, but he can also take off, run. And not saying that Harrison can't do that, but we just haven't seen a lot of that from him this year. But
yeah.
Another thing I'd like to touch on is how, despite it's a competition, so to say, right? But they are still such good friends, right? I'm in their everyday first block seeing them compete, so to say. But still, you know, they're good friends. And you're going to see that in just about every quarterback room or any position room. It's more about being happy for the other person.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that was something cool to mention.
Yeah, I like seeing that. And, you know, you mentioned their friendship. Both of them playing baseball, you know, before. Caden, he's a really good baseball player. He's been I remember him from the Little League days. Him and his dad, he had a great team. And some of them guys are going to be a phenomenal baseball team coming up in the next couple of years. We didn't have time to talk on that during that 30 minutes, or we would have. We ain't going to talk about it now, not because any disrespect to Coach Dimitri, but, man, it is football time here. We got the players going around. They're finishing up their stretches. See Coach Watson and Coach Holbrook down there with them. It's a cheer to see the band finally making their way across. They had to wait on the football team. Then they had to wait on the cheerleaders. And you see number 21 there on the left. That is Damon Brooks. He's going to be wearing number 21 this year. No, Aiden, let's see what we got. Damon Brooks is going to be wearing number 1. Aiden Robinson is a freshman coming in, Ethan. He's played the JV and freshman team this year. So look for Damon or for Aiden Robinson wearing 21 coming in here. He's going to be exciting to see a freshman get out there. He's going to play some wide receiver, maybe some DB. He's phenomenal. He's a heck of an athlete. I think anytime at the 4th game of the year when Coach Watson says, hey, we're putting a freshman out there, you know, you've seen Aiden a little bit. How excited are you about seeing him if he can get in and get some varsity snaps?
I'm really excited. You know, I saw him a lot more during that black and gold game a couple weeks ago before the season started. And, I mean, he was getting reps on varsity, you know, and I thought that was so cool to see that. And especially for him, too. You know, good to see it for him. I can't wait to see what he can do, and I have a lot of faith in him.
Oh, I do too. And, you know, here we go, going to the sideline. You see him. They hand it off. Not sure. I'll say this. I'm not sure if they did the coin toss or not before the weather delay. We kind of had that. I'm having to help out Brandon Schwobel here. And see him running onto the sideline. I can't remember about the coin toss. I was so heartbroken to hear that siren. I kind of took my eyes off. So everybody's going to find out with us on what's going on the coin toss right here. As we look down see Coach Nesbitt. Coach Nesbitt talked to him before the game. You see him right there at the 50 with a yellow hat. He ain't wore that hat. When going back black on black, he said he's bringing it back. And I'm going to tell you what I told them, just like old times. And I think he knew exactly what I meant when I said that. The black on black's just like old times. And here comes Harris County out. Looks like we're going to be kicking it to and Harris County is going to be kicking off. Nate Batchelor is going to be kicking for Harris County. Really surprised. He's done some, they're going to flip it. Flip it, wear out their return man before you even kick it off. That's what I'm talking about. And Nate has been kicking off for JV some, and he's been having some really good kickoffs, landing about the 5 for high school. He's only a sophomore, so that's super impressive. Hopefully he can boot one right here. And I got to fix my roster. I mentioned Aiden Robinson wearing 21. I have to fix that on my roster or else I'll be making a mistake all night. Damon Brooks is going to be wearing number 1, and I know we're all excited about that. But right now, it's football time in Hamilton. Nate Batchelor has that ball teed up, and the Derek Moxley Concrete Service Game of the Week is a couple seconds away. And Nate's checking both sides. Both sides are clear. And there's the kick. It's a high kick towards the sideline. Going to be called at the 15. He's going to cut all the way across the field. He's going to cut back across. There's going to get tackled from behind. Looks like Dowfit with the tackle. And he's going to have to get going here at midfield. Not the start Harris County was looking for, as Dowfit came in and made a great tackle right there, Ethan, or else we could be looking at a 7-0 hole early.
Yeah, especially after the 2 weeks that we just saw. That is the absolute last thing that you need to see happen to this Harris County team. But a great save right there.
Great job by Dowfit. Here comes that county defense. We're excited to see them. See P.J. Sterling on the defensive end on the near side. Preston Jenkins, the safety, walking up towards the line. Damon Brooks, the cornerback nearest. Quarterback, looks like David Burgess going to get the snap, going to hand it off. And he's going to be hit and driven down. About a 2-yard gain. They're going to say Carter Myers got in there and made the tackle.
I love to see that here on the opening play after some struggles of trying to stop the run the past couple weeks. You get in there and you stuff the first run of the game and limit them to just 2 yards.
And it's all about gaining some confidence all throughout for the whole team. You want to see some confidence gained. And Morris Hill in motion. They're going to throw it over the head. DJ Hosley coming in and make the play. It was intended for Cadavius Jones, and it's incomplete. Yeah, you see David Burgess, the quarterback right there, number 8 for the Dougherty Trojans. They come in 1 and 2 as well. Both teams looking for a bounce back, but Harris County, we mentioned it. We try not to talk about it, but we can't help but mention the last 2 weeks. Here's a big third down for Harris County. And they jump, let's see, no snap, and they're going to throw the flag. And Coach Watson pleading down there with the defensive line. You had them 3rd and 9, and now it's going to be 3rd and 4. Ethan, how much does that change this offensive game plan?
Yeah, now that opens up anything for them right now. They can run the football maybe. After seeing them stuff that first run, maybe they won't, but that does make it different.
Yeah, you see coming off the field, yeah, you could run it, especially if you want to go for a 4th down. They may take that shot. This defense got to be awake right here. That's where you want to see somebody come up, Carter, Nolan Johnson, somebody make a play right here. Big third down. Burgess gets the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out here, and it's going to be incomplete. Going to bring up fourth down. And right off the bat, we look over to Coach Joyner. He's got to make a decision, and he's going to leave the offense on the field. And now this offense, they're going to run. This defense got to make one more play. They're getting the call in there. Burgess, Deshaun Malone to his left. Richardson's kind of in that tight end spot for him. Burgess waiting on the ball. Here comes the crowd noise. They're waiting, big fourth down. And there's going to be a timeout, flag on the play. They're going to get a flag on Dougherty County. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Let's see. The top official said timeout. This bottom one already threw a flag. And they're going to call timeout. It's going to stay 4th and 4. It's going to be a quick one. Harris County's fired up coming off the field. They know they got to make one play. Ethan, all the struggles you've had the last couple of weeks, all the, plays that's going against you. We mentioned last week, anything that can go wrong, will go wrong, has gone wrong. A fourth down stop right here for this defense would be monumental and just momentum throughout the whole team.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also kind of, maybe it's a little fortunate if they get the stop that they did go for it on fourth down, because now that gives you even more momentum than just forcing the punt. And, being able to force them on that, that short yardage. And unfortunate that timeout was called before that. But still, I really love to see if they can get the stop here.
Yeah, there's going to be a really big play right here for Harris County.
It's 4th and 4, Harris County.
And here comes Burgess. They're trying to get this crowd into it. They're into it early. We got stacked at the top and bottom. They look around, defense up on the line. Burgess waits, there's the snap. He's looking to his left, throws it out in the flats. They're coming on. He's hit, and he's going to get the first down by about a yard, and they're going to convert. And that'll be first down Dougherty at about the 37-yard line. They got to flip it back quick. Carter Myers in on the tackle. Dougherty wants to go fast. Something we saw Troop County do was how fast that Troop went. They're doing it again, still stacked at the top and bottom. Burgess takes the snap. He rides the running back. He hands it this time. He's going to get a good gain, as that was Deshaun Malone, the running back for Dougherty. Dougherty's wanting to go quick again. Harris County trying to get guys on and off the field. KJ Neal runs off.
Reggie Brown on the stop.
And he's going to cut to the other side. And that's going to be good for a Trojan first down. And he's going to have that ball inside the 25-yard line. And Dougherty's got a rhythm here. They're going fast. They're keeping Harris County on their heels. Harris County's looking for a big play. They got to find somebody to make one. Here comes Carter Myers up the middle. Running back runs right by him. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Trojans. Harris County. If we look around, there's a touchdown call by the White Hat. That's 6-0. Ethan Petitt, we went from fourth down, and they found some speed after that conversion, and they just went NASCAR fast right there on us.
Yeah, and that's hard to defend, especially out of the gate, and you hate to see that, especially at home.
Yeah, kind of exciting as the 4th and 4. If you could have got that stop, what that would have meant. But let's see right here, the extra point. There's a snap, hold, kick. It's good, and it's 7-0 Trojans. As we take a break on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
And the extra point is good.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
And welcome back. Welcome back to the county. Rick Beach, Ethan Petitt with you. Here's the Trojans get up to a quick 7-0 lead. Exactly what you don't want when you're trying to get some momentum going. See Joe Taylor on the near side, Zephaniah McGee, or as we call him Z, up on the far side hash mark, waiting on this kickoff. And he's kicking from the 40, and it goes up. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. There comes the flag. Bounces off a Dougherty player's helmet. You don't see that too often. The flag hitting a player like that just that ricocheted about 10 yards bouncing off of his helmet. So now we'll see, you know, maybe Harris County uses good field position to get something cooking right here.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to answer Dougherty after, you know, not being able to get that stop on 4th down. That was killer. And now they just need to stick to what they do best, and that's run the football. I think if they can get that run game, or excuse me, ground game going early, they need to establish that on the first drive and just set the tone.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for right here. It's, you know, 7-0. You can still be you. Be who you are and get it going. Here comes Alexich at quarterback. Kingston Rivers coming back this week in on his left. And it's going to be a quick throw to Jalen Robinson. He's going to try to get to the outside of the man, and he can't, and they're going to get him about a yard right there for Jalen. And let's see right here. Now it's Harris County saying tit for tat. We can go fast too. They're going to go quick. They're trying to get everything set up. Jalen's trying to flip the other side. Preston Jenkins in at tight end. Going to be Kay Tice down here at the bottom. They look over to Coach Watson to see the change of the play. I believe that's 21, Damon Brooks at the top. I could be wrong. We look, Harris County getting set up. Matthew Alexich in a shotgun. There goes Kingston. He's going to look downfield. Pressure comes off, spins off of it. He's going to run. He's going to break a couple tackles. He's got the first down. He's dragging him. It gets shoved. Let's see. How about that for Matthew Alexich? Shakes off the sack. Gets about 13 yards, Ethan. And here we go, first down at midfield.
That is a huge momentum swing, especially after that short yardage on the first play. You like to see that. And he breaks out of that sack and is able to pick up that first down. What a play.
And here we go. Got Joseph Taylor down here with Kay Tias. Jalen alone up top. Kingston to the left of Alexis. They're going to throw it. He's going to throw it down here. It's going to be caught. And he's tackled. Joseph Taylor coming up with a nice catch. And it's another first down for Harris County. And Harris County throwing the ball downfield. They were looking downfield on the where he almost got sacked, had that long run. And here we go, coming fast again. Same formation with Jenkins and Kingston back here at running back. Jenkins at tight end. They're going to hand this one to Kingston. He goes out the middle. He's got 9-10 yards grounding in there. Let's see where they spot it. Down here at the bottom, has it closer to the 30, but they're going to spot it right there about the 29, or about the 31 rather. Harris County's coming downfield. Do you like to see that? Throwing it downfield and running it with Kingston. Harris County's moving the ball well early in this game. Alexich, Kingston to his left, Preston at tight end in front of him. Tyus, Taylor, and Robinson. There's movement by Dougherty. No, they're going to call Harris County for a false start. And, you know, this is something, Ethan, we've seen all year is, you know, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. You get the big run, now you get the penalty.
Yeah, and penalties are referred to as drive killers, and they are. And this one, fortunately, it's just a 5-yard penalty, right? I think the worst of them are holdings.
Yeah.
When, you know, you go from possibly a big play and now you're 10 yards backed up. But these are just things that honestly can't happen. They're going to, but
when it
they just got
happened
to.
on defense, you saw a 3rd and 9 turn into a 3rd and 4. Now a 2nd and 9 turns into a 2nd and 4. And Alexi's going to keep it right up the middle. And it's going to set up a 3rd down and about a yard. Great play right there. Yeah, we mentioned you had 3rd and 9 on defense. Then you had the 5-yard penalty. You gave Dougherty a 3rd and 4. They end up getting the 4th and 4, and they go on and score. You have it 3rd and 4 yourself. Then you go back to 3rd and 9. Luckily, or 2nd and 9. Now you got 3rd and 1. Alexich. I like to see Rivers or Alexich right here on this big 3rd and short. They're going to throw it. And what a catch, Kay Tyus. I thought it was going to Joseph Taylor. Tyus with a catch. Ethan, how about that play right there by the sophomore?
Love to see it. He's such a good receiver, and those are the passes that he's going to do best on, is those short little comeback curl routes. And that's all you need, those few yards to pick up the first down. And that was a huge catch, and he come in and clutch there.
Yeah, I'm super excited for him on that one. Here comes the snap. Same formation, Harris County rolling. He's going to throw it again. This one to Joseph Taylor. Nice catch. Spins out of it. Nice first down play. You're keeping ahead of the chains. And Harris County matriculating the ball down the field.
Yeah, and just like I said before this drive, is they needed to counter Dougherty and they've done just that. They've gone fast, and they've gotten first downs, and they've taken advantage of the opportunities they've gotten.
Absolutely. Here we go. Same formation. Now we got two at top. Preston came off. I believe that's Vitale at the slot up top. Rivers still on the running back. He gets it at the 15, and he gets the first down. He's going to be down about the 11.
Rivers for a first down.
And here we go. Harris County inside the red zone for State Farm.
Tigers
red zone right here.
I'd like to see a shot to the end zone here on first down. You know, you're at the 12. I'd like to see a shot to the end zone here. Let's hope they do.
And here we go. Kingston in the game to the left of the Lexus. Nice formation right here, kind of a stacked formation. Rivers going to get it, flag on the play. And let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it looks like Joseph Taylor didn't get set, so this will be illegal shift or formation, rather.
It's going to, yeah, this is procedure penalties, what the sideline official was saying. Yeah, illegal shift on County. There we go. We get down right outside the goal line situation, and we back up 5 yards and have to try it again. And it's something that we've seen this season. When they do things, it's got to be the hard way. And let's see, try to make it up right here. Harris County needs a good play right here on this first down. Try to make up that penalty yardage. As you see, they're coming in here.
15.
Robinson and Taylor at the top. Tyus down here by himself at the bottom. Rivers. It looked like Connor Creed moved at the left tackle position. Well, you mentioned, you know, it's really bad when it's a hold, but when it's back-to-back procedure penalty, that's pretty bad too. And here goes Harris County, going to be 1st and 20, just like that. Just like that, they're going to be at the 22-yard line. They can still get a first down without getting in the end zone, but that's going to put them at the 2, inside the 2-yard line. Robinson going up to the top by himself. They got kind of a bunch formation with Taylor, Cade, another receiver, can't see a number. They're going to flip Rivers to the right. Let's see what they have cooking up here. They're going to fake the handoff, roll out. He's looking for Cade. He's going to dump it off deep. And it's dropped. The interception was dropped as he threw that one in. Looked like double coverage. He was looking, I believe that was Damon Brooks who was trying to throw it to. And Damon Brooks never had it get to him as they took a shot from the 22 to try to get a lot of yards right back. Comes up short. Almost intercepted. Ethan, we dodged a bullet on that.
Absolutely, and fortunate that that obviously that wasn't caught for that interception, because it may look like he has the blockers out there if he does catch that. But very fortunate.
And here we go. They're coming back to the line. Brooks down here at the bottom. Tyus in motion. It's going to be over here to Brooks. Looking for some blocks. Gets nothing. And he's going to get a yard on that one. Really needed a block out there. Couldn't get it. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and really long. About 18 yards is what they're saying.
Short gain on the play. 3rd down.
Harris County got it down to the 12-yard line. A back-to-back procedure penalty, the illegal shift, then a false start. Has them at 1st and 20. Now here at 3rd and 18. They're getting it, you see. West Cowboy Sappington, the center for Harris County. Getting down there. Alexis talks to the line one more time. Doffins came in at the fullback spot, H-back spot. Robinson's going in motion, and Harris County's going to call timeout. And we're going to take it with them here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app. Energized banking.
And And welcome back. Rick Beach, Ethan Petitt with you. Alexis at shotgun on 3rd and 18. Rivers in motion, trying to look downfield. He's going to throw it deep, and it's incomplete. Sails over the head of Jalen Robinson. And Harris County with the ball on the 20-yard line.
Going to bring in a 4th down for Harris County.
Is going to bring in sophomore Nate Batchelor to kick this long field goal. Going to be a 37-yard attempt from the strong leg soccer player. We talked to him a couple weeks ago on the coach's show. Former soccer player, never played football. Got interested in it and it's had a strong leg. Now it's going to take a lot of good things to happen. Snap, hold. The hold was botched a little bit as the snap may have hit the ground before getting to Caden Harrison. The kick is no good. And they're going to turn it over to Dougherty right here. And Harris County's defense is going to be asked to come in and make a play. As Harris County is going to have to find a way to make their own momentum because nothing working for them. It's a 4th and 4 went against them. Then that led to a touchdown right there after getting down to the 12-yard line on offense. And then penalties going against them. Costed them there. And a bad either snap or hold one. Wasn't good. Here we go. 1st down. Dougherty at the 20-yard line. They're going to hand it up off the middle. He's met by a slew of Tigers and taken down about a 2-yard gain at about the 22-yard line. Miles Robinson coming in, making the tackles. See P.J. Sterling down there.
Morris Hill, the ball carrier. 2nd and 8 for the Trojans.
Morris Hill at running back for Trojans now. Different quarterback in the game. That's Zamar Jackson, that quarterback. They got this little diamond formation. He's going to throw it out wide, and it's dropped. And that's going to bring up 3rd down here at the 22-yard line. A big 3rd down here for this defense. Again, they're all big. Let's just be honest with people. When you're playing the way Harris County's been playing, they know they got to get off the field right here. 3 and out would just be huge for Harris County. Deshaun Malone in the backfield with quarterback Zamar Jackson. Jackson, that shotgun, they got trips down at the bottom, one at the top. He's looking for the top. Here comes the pressure. They're going to roll him out. They're spying on him. They're rolling out with him. He takes off. And the flag comes flying in. Looks like it's going to be a hold. They look to Coach Watson. He should decline it, I would believe. He's going to decline it. It's a holding penalty. And Harris County might have just forced a 3 and out. And Ethan Petitt, how about that for a little, look, anything, you're looking for momentum if you're Harris County. If you just went 3 and out, you got it.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially after that botched kick, you're not able to get points on the board, and now you go right back out there and you force a stop. That's exactly what they needed here in the 1st quarter. And it's just, hopefully it can be a huge momentum swinger as this game goes on.
That's what we're hoping. If we look back here, I believe that's Jalen Robinson back to return it. Ethan ain't correcting me, so I must be close to being correct. Can't get my, so we're inside 3 minutes to go. There's the snap, kicks away. It's a high kick into the county night. It's a floater. Robinson hit as soon as he caught it, and he held on to it. That's
Robinson on the return.
And let's see here as Harris County's getting ready to come out on the field. Ethan, that defense was a very good play right there. It started on 1st down. You mentioned it last drive. The 1st down, you had them do a little 2-yard run. Then everything after that would just cherry on top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, now you get the stop. Now it's time for the offense to do their job. And it comes down to that. Can both sides of the football do their job? And if Harris County's offense can get it done, get a score here, and match Dougherty, that would be huge.
Absolutely. It's still Rivers at running back. Alexis the quarterback. Ball on the 37 of Harris County. You know you can move the ball. They moved the ball well. They just couldn't finish the drive off. So now here comes Alexis. Going to take the snap. He's going to throw it. Taylor catches it, and he's tackled right away. but he got a little 3-yard gain. You know, some of these screens is an extension of your running game if you're Harris County, is what you're doing. Kind of just trying to stretch the defense sideline to sideline a little bit to weaken them, to run them up the middle later. And, you know, we saw Kingston with some good runs doing just that.
Yeah, and I also think that with these little short screen passes, that could open up something deep. Now they keep seeing them, they keep seeing them go underneath. That may open up something over the top.
Absolutely. They're all set up plays for the OC, Coach Cox. There's another throw, and he's going to be a nice catch. He's getting mugged, it looked like, before the ball got there. Kay Tyus with a catch, and they're going to put it on the 45-yard line. Harris County's going to be looking at a 3rd and 2 right here. And look, for Coach Watson, I tell you right now, doing these games like we've had, I think there's no doubt you're in 4-down territory, so I'd expect to run out of Kingston right here.
Absolutely, I agree.
And here comes Alexis with Rivers to his left. Looks over to Coach, get the signs. It's 2 of them, Coach Freely and Coach Watson sends them the signals. There's going to be the handoff to Rivers. He gets hit, but he plows through there, and he's looking for a push. And looks like they're going to spot it past the marker, and that's going to be a Tigers 1st down. And Ethan, I think the whole stadium knew what was coming, but Rivers is a heck of an athlete, and I know the Tigers missed him last week.
Yeah, that's like the Eagles tush push,
Yeah.
right? You know it's coming. Everyone in the stadium knows that it's coming, but you just can't stop it.
Yes, big senior Kingston Rivers running right behind senior West Cowboy Sappington. And here we go. Preston back in the game here at this tight end. Taylor ties to us. Robinson at the top. Alexis pass to Taylor. He juggled it.
Pass intended for Joseph Taylor falls incomplete.
And even if he catches it, nothing's going to be doing right there as he was hit right away. So here we go, 2nd and 10 here from the 48. Harris County looking across midfield again. Vitale coming into the game, switching out with Preston Jenkins. There's a lot of sophomores out there. Kay Tice, Jalen Robinson, Vitale, all sophomores. Robinson up at the top by himself. Now he's going to have Vitale with him. Tyus and Taylor will be here at the bottom. There's a handoff. He's going to give it to Rivers to try and get to the outside. Slung down by the 49-yard line, gain of 1. Bring up a 3rd and 9 here for Harris County.
He's stopped by William DeBlina.
And if Harris County wants to go for it on 4th down, but you don't even want to be in that situation, they're going to have to get 4 or 5 yards, you'd have to think right here, Ethan.
3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
Yeah, I completely agree. They got to make this, you know, a 4th and manageable if they don't pick up this 1st down, because if they can get this down inside 3-4 yards, absolutely, I think they're going to go for it.
Here comes Harris County. Rivers still in at running back. Alexich waiting on the snap. He gets it. Nobody blocking the man, and it's going to be a sack. It's going to be a 4th down. Here comes the punt team. Just like that, nobody coming in.
Chance River on the stop.
They said Chance River gets the sack. That's the end of the 1st quarter. As we go to the 2nd quarter, it's going to be 4th and 18, County punting, but it's 7-0 Dougherty here in Hamilton.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And you see Nate Batchelor coming in to kick it away for Harris County. Preston Jenkins, the snapper. You see the 3-man shield led by Cowboy Sappington. Snap's good. Punt's good. It's going over here. It's going to bounce about the 39. And it's going to get touched right there about the 32. KJ Neal's on the ball. And that's how the second quarter starts here for Harris County. And Ethan, you look right here, this defense, they forced the 3-and-out last time. You're going to look at them and tell them, hey, let's do it again.
Yeah, and also at some point you get to that point where you can't keep relying on that defense, and the offense is going to have to come out of the shell and put some points on the board. I mean, they're almost, they just have to score before halftime.
Yeah.
They got to be able to get on the board, and like I said, the defense is doing their job. Obviously, they had that first drive that troubled, but they had him on that fourth down. Unfortunately, they couldn't stop him then.
And here comes Zamar Jackson at quarterback for Dougherty. They're trying to make some change on the line. There, they finally get it in there. P.J. Sterling's being that leader on the line. It's going to be a rollout pass. Nobody over there. 10, 12 yards. Nice tackle by the defensive back. Trying to get some glasses on that. Believe that was DJ Holsley coming in making the tackle. And just like that, Dougherty got a first down. And they're at the 47-yard line, 15-yard gain on the play. Not what Harris County was looking for there. But, yeah, this defense has got to find a way, help your offense even more. You give them a 3-and-out. Now you look at this defense to try to make a play. Get a turnover, something here. So here comes Dougherty. They're going to fake the handoff. Another rollout. Nice play right there. P.J. Sterling coming in. Ethan, when you talked about him even preseason, he's having a great season.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we mentioned him just about every broadcast that we've done. He's just been that much of a playmaker, and that's what he does, right? He's able to make plays. He's able to get in there, and that time he's able to get his hand on the ball and, prevent anything from happening on that first down.
Absolutely. P.J. Sterling coming in. He's a great ball player. It's fun to see him making big plays, but he's such a great kid, always smiling, always having a good time, and joking and making you laugh. And here's the snap. They're going to try it to the other side, and they're going to get that one, and it's going to set up a third down to short. As Dougherty quarterback is walking off the field.
DJ Holsey on the stop for the Tigers.
His helmet came off, so he's got to come off for at least one snap.
It's 3rd and 2.
That's going to bring in another quarterback. And it's a big third down. The crowd trying to get into it. They're trying to make some noise. 3rd down and 2. I'd expect a run right here from Dougherty. Harris County does expect it. And they jump, and there's the flag. Harris County moved again, and instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to be an automatic first down. And Harris County shoots itself in the foot again. And, man, that was you had it set up. I mean, you knew they was going to run. And Carter Myers, you can't blame him too much. He knows they're going to run. He just jumps the gun coming up the middle, gives them a first down. There's a snap, straight drop back, long wait. He's finally getting chasing around, throws it. Guy wide open over there is going to get tackled and slung out of bounds by Keith Doffett. But he's going to get a first down, and Trojans marching right down the field, Ethan.
Yeah, and this is, as a county fan, this is one of the last things you want to see. And especially as the second quarter progresses, as this game keeps going on, Dougherty is not showing any signs of giving in.
Yeah, and they're trying to go fast on Harris County.
1st and 10.
There's a snap. They're going to hand this one off, and he's getting spun around, and he tries to bounce through off of him. He's going to gain 3, maybe 4 yards, Ethan, but we hit him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that almost just says something about the running back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how he's able to hit and move through contact, and that's something, honestly, that's just so hard to defend.
Yeah, they're going to give him 3. It's going to be 2nd and 7 here from the 23. Montrez Woods down at the bottom at DB. They're going to toss it out here to the running back. He's going to make a hole. He's going to get slung down. Going to bring up 3rd down again. That was Deshaun Malone, the running back. We've seen a couple good runs out of him. And this sets up a 3rd down and 3 from the 19. And again, this is Harris County defense. Jumped off twice so far this game. Let's see if they try to make them. They don't. They hand it off. They fake it. And the pass is incomplete. Brings up a 4th down for this Dougherty Trojans offense. Let's see what they want to do. They're going to run Deshaun Malone off. Looks like they're bringing in an extra set of hands maybe. David Burgess back in at quarterback. Second part of this drive. 4th and 3 again. You're leaning on this defense. The entire county begging this defense to make a play right here. Get us off the field. They're going to throw it back. They're back there. They can't get the tackle, and they're going to get just enough for the 1st down. And that's going to be Trojan ball at the 15-yard line. And it's Harris County on their heels, getting pushed further and further back as they're so close time and time again to getting off the field. Here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. Burgess looking each side. They're waiting for the snap. There it is. They're going to hand it right up the middle. Comes off a man, but Harris County's defensive line's waiting on him. And they're going to give him 1, maybe 2. We'll see where they spot it. Bring up a 2nd down and long situation. As Doffett come in and made the tackle. They walk up to the line, 2nd and 8. They're going to give it to him on the 13-yard line. Burgess looks to the side, looks over here. Man coming in motion, going to put 3 wide to his left. He's got one-on-one up at the top, it looks like. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off. And it's this defense coming in again, making a great play right there. Carter Myers, the senior inside linebacker, making a big play. Sets up a 3rd down and 8 right here. 3rd and 9. They're going to push it back a yard. Ball on the 14-yard line. Here we go. Harris County's getting ready. They got their defensive alignment. See Montrez Woods and Preston Jenkins down here, the coverage at the bottom. He's dropping straight back. Got a man coming on him. He takes off running, runs back, throws it in the end zone. And it's incomplete. The ball's dropped in the back of the end zone. Brings up a 4th and 9. Harris County's defense on the field. Let's see what this offense from Dougherty does. They had a man coming up the middle. He shook him off, rolled out. I thought he might have went past the line of scrimmage. He didn't. And he was able to get his feet, trying to make a throw in the end zone. Went right off the receiver's hands. Set up a big 4th down. They line up. Crowd making some noise. Burgess drops back. He has plenty of time. He's looking. He throws it back in the end zone. It's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a 4th down turnover on downs. Harris County's defense comes through. And you see Coach Holbrook down there celebrating with big Reggie Brown. Here we go. This offense is going to have 7 minutes on the clock before halftime. Harris County will get the ball after the break. Matthew Alexich coming on to the field. Great job right there by this defense, Ethan. When you look, they had to get a turnover, and they kind of forced it right there with a turnover on downs. And here we go. Doffett in at the H-back. They're going to hand it off. It's going to be a little bit of a seam, and Kingston Rivers running right at the teeth of this Dougherty defense and gaining about 8-9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and short. Coach Watson and Coach Cox can do what they want right here on 2nd down. Let's see if they just want to get the 1st down, how they manage this. They're going to hand it back off to Rivers. He starts going to the outside. He gets slung down. Let's see what they say he got right here. Going to bring up a 3rd down and short. No, they're going to move the chains. It's going to be a 1st down for the county.
And that's a Harris County 1st down.
Kingston Rivers getting the ball back-to-back carries. Alexis got the play call. Coming back into the huddle. I believe that's Nolan Johnson at running back. There's the handoff to whomever it is. Now let's see. And he's going to get hit. They're going to blow the forward progress down. That was Kingston again. I'm sorry. Kingston Rivers getting another handoff. But he's gaining yards. That's a 5-yard gain. Sets up the 2nd and 5. Trying to suck this defense up to you, ain't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And also you love to see them get that stop, and now they're able to move the ball. And just like how I mentioned earlier, both sides have to do their job. Perfect example of it here.
Absolutely. One hand's got to feed the other. Here we go. They're going to hand it off again. He's trying to get to the outside. Spins off of him, man. Leaps for a little bit more yardage. He's going to be close to that 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be close. Let's see if the nose of that ball will get a first down, and it does. It's Kingston Rivers being the senior coming through, and now it's going to be Jaden Brown coming in. Kingston's going to try to catch his breath on the sidelines for a little bit. Jaden Brown coming in at running back. Sophomore to the left of Alexic. It's Taylor and Tyus up top. Now they're going to flip Brown to his right. Alexis is going to get the snap. He's going to look downfield. He throws it deep. They're looking for a man, and it's overthrown Joe Taylor by a couple yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the county right here. And Ethan, that was their shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like to see that because they haven't done that too much, and even this season, as a whole. But on a first down right there, they've moved the ball a little bit. I kind of like to see that, actually. Even though it wasn't complete, you like to see them take that shot and have that confidence in Matthew Alexic.
Yeah, and it also tells this Dougherty defense, we'll throw it downfield and try to pull that DB and leave him back as you run the ball.
2nd and 10.
Here we go with Alexic. Going to get this one handed off. Rivers to the outside. Almost looked like it was a face mask. Must have grabbed the top of his jersey. And it's going to set up a 3rd down. Maybe 7 right here, Ethan. Looks like it. Inside 5 minutes. Brown coming in at running back. Harris County needs this first down to keep this drive going. Try to keep this momentum and keep that Dougherty offense on the sidelines. Alexic has the call from Coach Watson. He comes in, he tells the team, they break the huddle. Brown at running back. Taylor in here at wide. Alexic looking to throw it. He's going to throw it downfield again. He's got Tyus in coverage, and it's incomplete. He's going to bring up 3rd down, or 4th down and 7 rather. They look to the sideline, and here comes the punt team. Nate Batchelor and his crew coming into the game. And Harris County got a couple first downs, but just couldn't finish that drive, Ethan.
Yeah, and I liked how they took that shot that first time, but that time I'm not too happy with it, especially that it wasn't open, right? It wasn't like overthrown. It just quite literally just wasn't open, and it sucks that this drive just stalled out.
So here we go with a punt. Nate Batchelor, bad snap, but what a play by Nate Batchelor. Keep it alive. He sends it downfield, and it takes a Harris County roll. Keep on rolling into the 20, 18, 17, maybe even the 16-yard line. Nate Batchelor picked that ball rolling to him like a ground ball, fields it, and boots it downfield. And, man, that was made a play near disaster into something pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. It ended up working out in their favor. He got it all the way down there to that 16-yard line. And good to see for Nate Batchelor get in there. We haven't seen him really punt this year. And, yeah, good to see that punt.
Yeah, we've seen McGee. Zephaniah McGee's been back there. But, Zephaniah's playing DB, returning kicks and stuff for you. Nate Batchelor done a great job. And right there, not panicking and getting it away. That was big. And here comes that defense. Doing a beautiful night here in Harris County. Couldn't ask for no better weather here on Tiger Way. As everybody gets situated, here comes the snap. They're going to try to run it across the formation, and they get back there. Flag comes flying in. I think I saw a flag, not sure. Yeah, there was a flag. And it's going to be a hold on Dougherty. I will say this, Ethan, you could attest to this. Sometimes them yellow numbers can throw you off when you're looking for a flag.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I haven't had trouble with it, but I could definitely see. I still can't see the flag.
Is that the 24-yard line? He's about to pick it up. The guy that threw it was the back judge, so he threw it from almost the front door of Fox's Pizza in Pine Mountain. See him stuff it into his pockets. He's going to put that one away, and Harris County catches a break, because that was a big game. Anytime you see players go across the formation, a lot of times it's open to a hold coming across the field like that, and that's what happened there. But it's a half a distance to the goal, so it's only a 6-yard penalty, I believe. They're going to say, yeah, 4-yard maybe. Here comes first down. Harris County looks showing blitz on the outside with Myers. They run it up the middle, and he's going to get to about the original line of scrimmage and set up a 2nd and 10. As that was Morris Hill with the carry, the junior running back for this Trojans offense. We're inside 4 minutes ago already. Still 7-0 Dougherty. Harris County had a chance early, got down inside the Rick Knight State Farm red zone, but couldn't get anything out of it. And now they're trying to hold Dougherty back here, try to get good field position and maybe some time. So we're approaching 3 minutes. There's a snap. He's looking downfield. He throws it short, and it bounces off the receiver's hands, or it might have bounced off Damon Brooks' hands. Brooks with the coverage. It brings up a 3rd down and 10. Zamar Jackson, the quarterback. Ethan, how about a little crowd noise right here? Is this 3rd down, and it's a big one.
Yeah, they need their crowd here right now, and just like they talked about earlier today, they're going to need them here on these big 3rd downs.
And here we go. Jackson at the quarterback position. He looks to the right, to the sideline. Now he's walking back from the line. He got the call from the coach, trying to make some changes. 3rd down and 10, ball on the inside the 20-yard line still. Here's a snap. He's looking to his left. He's going to throw it deep down the middle. Joe Taylor's back there in coverage, and it don't matter. Is this a catch and a big gain on 3rd down?
Pass complete to Jaron Smith.
Jaron Smith, the senior, gets behind, I believe that was Joe Taylor in coverage.
Taylor on the coverage.
And it brings up 1st down past the 50s. They're at the 48-yard line. Inside 3 minutes to go. They're going fast. Harris County's got to find a way right here as they're going to roll out, try to throw it downfield. Carter Myers coming on, and Keith Doufit comes in, and it's a sack for Harris County. And that's not Doufit. That was Preston Jenkins from the safety position. Coach Winkle's dialing it up right here on 1st down, and Preston Jenkins coming in with a sack.
You love to see that. Now on 1st down, and they back them up and make it, 2nd and 16, 17. It is, that is a huge play after giving up that big play, of course, too.
Absolutely. They saw Carter coming to his left, and he took off running. Preston Jenkins was shot out of a cannon, and he gets the sack. Here we go. Man coming in motion. His heel, there's the snap. Jackson looking downfield. Now it's P.J. Sterling coming on. He's going to throw it down and out of bounds. And how about a big 3rd and 18 right here for this defense? We're inside 2 minutes to go. Here in the first half, Harris County does get the ball after the break. Don't forget at halftime, the Georgia Alabama Sports Live halftime show presented by the Beck Center. But hey, it's not going to be Richard Holdridge. It's going to be Rick Beach and Ethan Petitt coming to you, as if you didn't hear us enough in pregame. And there's a snap on 3rd and 18. County's trying to get some pressure. Throws it over the middle. It's high. A nice catch. But a tackle by Jalen Robinson. It's going to be 4th down. And Dougherty's going fast. They're going to be able to go for it on 4th and about 4. Jalen Robinson with a tackle. 14-yard gain. 4th down play right here. County's got to get off the field. Jackson looks to the sideline. He's making a call to the team. He's coming back to make sure his offensive line knows. Dougherty is going to take a timeout and talk about it, and we're going to think about it too. We'll stay right with you on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. As they come over here, Ethan, you see this defense coming over here to the sideline. You know, you had it 3rd and 18. Now it's 4th and 3. You know, we keep saying this defense got to make a play, get off the field, but now's another one. As they're going to be just over a minute left in this first quarter.
Yeah, this could be one of the biggest plays of the game now if we come back, because, this could really flip the script. Whether they get points out of this drive, whatever points. If it's a touchdown, a field goal, either way, it goes to a 2-score game, and they really need to hold them here and take this into the break if they can't get the ball back. keep it 7-0. But if they can get this football back with, you know, the time that they have with 2 timeouts, I believe, they, they could go down score.
Here comes this Dougherty offense is set. Here comes the county defense. Coach Winkles giving them a discussion right there, getting them fired up. It's 4th and 3. Deshaun Malone at running back. I would not be surprised they try to find a way to work the ball to him, as he's been electric so far tonight. Jackson, the quarterback, he's going to have Malone to his left. He's got 3 receivers down here at the bottom, 1 up top. He's looking down here at the bottom. He's going to go over the middle. It's caught. He's hit hard, but he's going to have the first down. They're going to blow him down about the 32-yard line, and it's a first down for Dougherty right at a minute. They move the chains.
Trojans 1st and 10 from the Harris County 32.
Clock running. You see the clock running down the bottom right screen. Jackson drops back. He's going to throw that to the sideline. Caught. Let's see if he kept it in bounds. He did not. He's going to be out of bounds. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 right here from the 32. .48 seconds on the clock. If you're Harris County, like Ethan Petitt just mentioned, you go to halftime just down 7-0, knowing you're getting the ball. You feel it's a small little win for you right there. But right now, you got to dig your heels in and fight this battle on your hands. P.J. Sterling coming across. He rolls the quarterback out. Quarterback takes off, comes across the field. He's going to slide right at the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it. And Coach Renner just let us know there's some laundry on the field. It's going to be at the 40-yard line. The white hat threw it. The white hat calls it. It's going to be holding on Dougherty. And Ethan Petitt, if you're Harris County, you kind of breathe a sigh, but not a big sigh of relief, but a little sigh right there, knowing that was a first down game.
Absolutely, and we saw Harris County make some of those mistakes with the flag-wise earlier, and now you can see that Dougherty is making those same mistakes, and they're pushing themselves back. And if you're Harris County, you like to see that.
And unlike last time with the flag that was half the distance to the goal, this holding penalty cost Dougherty a full 10, so they're going to have it 2nd and 20.
2nd and a bunch for Dougherty.
Here we go, ball at the 48-yard line. But if you're Harris County, this quarterback's showing he's throwing it downfield. 2nd and 26 for Dougherty. He steps up in the pocket, shakes off a sack. Man coming from the backside, throws it to a wide open receiver down the sideline. Woods pushes him out of bounds.
Pass complete to Jaden Corbin.
Corbin with the catch. Woods come up, push him out of bounds. It's going to be a big game and not enough for a first down, but he did get out of bounds to stop the clock.
It's 3rd and 5, Harris County. What have you got?
3rd and 5 right here for this Harris County defense. Been back to the wall, it seemed like this whole game. Right here on 3rd and 5, they dig in. Here they come, throwing it to an open receiver, shakes off a man, shakes off another one, makes one miss. Now he's inside the 10. He's slung down to the 7. See if Dougherty wants to call a timeout or if they want to go fast. Dalfit with the tackle. Dougherty's got 1 timeout. Looks like they're going to hold on to it. We're looking at the chain gang as Dougherty's already set up. Clock's rolling. We're outside 10. Throws it into the middle, and it's incomplete. Clock at 7. Harris County's defense, we mentioned their backs to the wall. They're begging for something from this crowd noise, and there's a timeout, I believe, Dougherty. Let's see if they got it. No, they're going to say timeout Harris County. Good call right there, Coach Watson. The clock stopped for the... Here we go. And there's the crowd starting to make some noise. They know you got 7 seconds, Ethan. If you're this defense, you know they're going to be wanting to throw it in there. But you can't fall asleep on this quarterback. He's shown he can run it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's given that dual threat vibe this whole game, and he's made them pay with his legs. And they really need to have a QB spy here, have someone that can contain him. If he gets outside, if he gets past that line of scrimmage, it could be trouble.
Absolutely. They look here. They got the discussion on the sideline. That's got to be a point of emphasis right here. You got to have the coverage. You got to have the coverage with your DBs, but you just can't, let your defensive line fall asleep and have this quarterback take off on you. Zamar Jackson has shown he could do it. So here we go. Harris County's defense running out on the field. 7 seconds, 2nd and goal. Mar Jackson at quarterback. He's got 2 receivers on both sides for him. There's a snap. Clock at 5. Throws it in the back of the end zone. He's going to be out of bounds. And it's going to set up a 3rd and goal with 2 seconds on the clock. There's 2 seconds on the clock. This defense again making a big play right here in the end zone. It looks like they might be running the field goal unit out. And it's going to be a field goal attempt right here for Dougherty. 2 seconds on the clock. There's a snap. There's the hold. The kick is up. And it sails through. And it's 10-0 as we go to halftime. But if you're Harris County, you got hit in the mouth, but you're standing up. You're still standing there. You didn't give up a touchdown there at the end. Ethan, they took 2 shots at you. We took their best shot, and we still standing.
Yeah, and you have to take that as a win because they haven't had many of those here recently. They have to use those to build momentum, right? You get the stop here at the goal line, and that's massive for them. They really needed that.
Absolutely, and as we mentioned before, the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live halftime show, we'll come back with it right here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile. Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And welcome back to Harris County High School here in Tiger Stadium, Danny Durham Field. It's Rick Beach and Ethan Petitt. Ethan, first half, we moved the ball down the field. We got to the 12. I remember that. Then penalties. You had back-to-back procedure penalties. Harris County did move the ball there in the last possession, but Dougherty's eating the clock up.
Yeah.
Harris County's getting the ball. We got we got to find a way to get some points coming out of the break.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a promising sign to see that they can move the ball against this team. It's just these penalties that keep killing their drives, time after time, and it's happened all season. We thought, week one, this is something that they have to clean up. It cannot continue throughout the season, and unfortunately it has, and it's continued tonight, and it's killed almost to not all of their drives, and that's why they have 0 points right now, and that almost is what it comes down to.
Yeah, but County has done a good job moving the ball tonight on those 2 drives. You only had 3 possessions. You're down by 2 possessions, so you know how important now getting these possessions are and how valuable they are when you're playing a team like Dougherty who's going downfield, but that defense really came through there at the end. You do give up the 3 points, but man, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it absolutely could have been. And you even think back to a couple of these other drives that, Dougherty could have got points out of, and Harris County's defense is coming clutch here, and they got the stop earlier in the second quarter down there in the red zone. And, they've done their part for the most part, a couple blemishes here and there, but, you're sitting at 10 points deficit. You can't be mad at that despite, how that half has gone.
Yeah, and you see the Dougherty County band is on the field. Rick Beach and Ethan Petitt. We're going to have it. This is the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live halftime show. Richard Holdridge in the field working, I believe, Calvary, one of the games on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live Family and Networks. And you just see we're going to have the sound of the county when they go out there. So if you're watching this and you're a parent or grandparent of one of the band members, we are going to have the sound of the county. Don't worry, we're not going to miss them. But Ethan, there's no bones about the last couple weeks, the 105-0 coming into this game. This offense has to find something. And, right now it looks like it might not be a drive, but somebody's going to have to do something electric and just make something happen here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I touched on it in the pregame show a little bit, is that, like, this game is going to be the turning point in the season, right? You either come out of this game 1-3 or 2-2. And, after this game, if you walk out here 1-3, you have a huge hole to climb out of. And, I know it's not region play, but still you don't like to have, that record headed in to region play. It doesn't give you that confidence to be able, to compete with these other teams that you're going to have to later on in the season. And I just think that, they have to come out here, set the tone in the second half, and they need to be physical and just go back to the Harris County ways, right? I want to see what they did back week one, where they were running the football against Manchester, being dominant, winning the line of scrimmage. And, if they can do that, I think they can try and get the comeback win.
Yeah, when you talk about week one, and what I've seen tonight, the Kingston Rivers had a couple of good runs, and one of the things that Dougherty is doing so good is their ability to get to the outside, and they're preventing Kingston from getting that edge.
Yeah.
You've seen him a couple times get to that edge, but he can't get past that edge, and that's where the big plays come. And that's something that, Harris County really needs him to get back there. And something else, if you've noticed, Kingston's been in the game for most of these carries. Jaden Brown's came out a little bit. I think he's got 1 carry.
Yeah.
But Kingston's been in the field, in the defense and the offensive backfield this entire game. And you got to think maybe they're resting Nolan Johnson and Carter Myers. And, maybe there's a wrinkle we don't know about at that running back position. Even Jaden Brown getting a rest that, we're going to see fresh legs and maybe somebody that can get to that corner and get that crease and try to have a big play. And that's what Harris County is looking for in the second half, is just somebody's going to have to make a play. And I think if you're a player, that should be exciting, knowing, hey, I'll do it. I'll be the one to step up. I'll be the one to get it rocking and rolling and get us out of this this funk that we're in. Mm-hmm. The last 2 weeks, I know we don't want to talk about too much, and we talked about it Tuesday. You talked about a little bit at the pregame show, at the coaches show, and I was, up front with Coach Watson. He was too. Central Carroll's a really good team, but it's going to be hard-pressed to find 2 teams better than Troup County and Carver. And right now, the Tigers are in a dogfight right here in Hamilton. No bones about it. If you're here, you can see that. But we're moving the ball.
Yeah.
We're stopping them. It might not be the prettiest on either side, but we're doing both. And, this Harris County team is a lot to be proud of, and I expect them to come out firing in the second half and try to get something to happen.
Absolutely, and I really hope they do. And like I said, I've said this time after time, they have to go back to what works, and they haven't really done that, in in a sense, they haven't really run the ball too much or, as much as I really like them to. And those couple shots downfield, kind of killed that drive. The first one I was a fan of. But, sometimes I think, that stuff's just going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But if they can come out there, get a score, start the half, you got to be feeling pretty good.
Absolutely. That's what they'll be trying to do in the second half. Appreciate y'all watching the Derek Moxley Concrete Service Harris County Game of the Week. This has been the Georgia Alabama Sports Live halftime show presented by the Beck Center up on top of the press box here in Harris County. We'll be right back. We're going to come back, hopefully, with the sound of the county here at halftime on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field for your halftime entertainment from Harris County High School, the Sound of the County Tiger Band. Tonight they will be performing their show Osmosis, featuring music from The Wizard of Oz, Wicked, and The Wiz. Drum majors Ava Wise and Savannah Louie. Is your band ready? You may now take the field for a halftime performance.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
And welcome back to Harris County High School here in Hamilton as Rick Beach and Ethan Petitt up here. As you see Matthew Alexich getting ready right there for the second half. The boys walked across the street, had the indoor, and we're rocking and rolling here. It's nighttime, a little late kickoff with the weather delay, and it's kind of just been the theme, just dragging. Everything kind of been dragging, Ethan, and you're looking Harris County gets the ball in the second half. Do you think you'll see more of the same, or do you think Harris County might throw a wrinkle in there?
I think they're going to try and change up what they do a little bit, just because clearly what they've been doing hasn't worked, right? They haven't scored in, 2.5 games, and obviously something has to change. So I think, they've kind of come to that realization that they're going to have to change things up. They're going to have to start throwing the football a little bit more than they're comfortable with. So we'll see how that carries on.
Absolutely, and this defense only giving up 10 points in the first half. You almost have to chalk that up as, really good job by this defense.
Yeah.
Especially when they took 2 shots at the end zone down there on goal line right at the end of the half, and you was able to keep them out of your end zone. They kicked the 3 points, but you had to go across the street and feel like that was a small victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, still a 2-score game,
Yeah.
But it's still an easier hill to climb. And I really hope that they can, and they're just going to have to. So we'll see.
And the boys running to the sideline as we get ready here in this Derek Moxley Concrete Service Harris County Game of the Week. Been an exciting week. Up here, Harris County football has been at the field. Wednesday night was a JV game. Thursday night was a freshman game. Tonight's a varsity game. And tomorrow is a Harris County Youth Football Jamboree. So it's been a busy night up here in Hamilton, over at the football field. That new field's getting a lot of work this week. We get ready for this second half kickoff. Dougherty coming out. See him over there talking on the sideline. Here comes Harris County sending their return team out there. Now they're coming back, and everybody's excited right here. And let's see, Coach Nesbitt's talking to the special teams unit, seeing with that yellow hat on. He releases the hounds, you hope. Zephaniah McGee, Joe Taylor will be returning this. We saw the kickoff earlier that Dougherty had went out of bounds, Ethan. You would take that here. But, hey, we've seen both Taylor and McGee have some good returns. And that's what we're hoping for here as the second half of this matchup here in the county is getting ready. Their kicker checks both sides. He gets the go-ahead. He gets the run and start and kicks it up. It's going to be high, short. And call, let's see where they mark it. It's going to be inside about the 25-yard line. Matt Love called for it and got the fair catch. Good job there. Be about an NFL and a college touchback right there at the 25. That's where this offense will come out there looking for a spark of some kind, a play of some kind here in the second half.
Yeah, this first drive here, this first offensive and defensive drive for Harris County is going to determine how the rest of this game goes. And let's hope that it's on the positive side, right? Touchdown and a stop.
And Jaden Brown will be the running back for the county. And Caden Harrison, it looks like, is the quarterback. Second generation Harris County Tiger quarterback. He gets the snap. Tyus was in motion, and there's going to be a whistle. And they're going back the county up 5 yards to Ethan. It's just looking for some kind of spark and just can't get anything going.
Yeah, and it just, again, like we have been talking about quite literally all season, the penalties. And
yeah.
They just kill your drives. And, I mean, now you go first and 10, first 15, just like that.
And here's the snap to Harrison. He's going to fake it to Brown, throw it to the outside, spin by Vitale. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to be taken down. He's going to be inside the 32-yard line, looks like. Going to set up the second and short. As Caden Harrison into the game at quarterback. We've seen a little bit this year. And he's coming back, shotgun with Jaden Brown to his left. Kind of behind him is going to be a pistol formation. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle by Brown. He's going to be dragging people, and he's driven forward by that offensive line. And it's going to be a county first down. And after the penalty, setting up a 1st and 15, they get the first down, and that could be big for the county.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like to see them overcome those penalties because they just haven't been able to do that all season. And, you know, the penalties are bad, right? But you have to be able to overcome those things, and I'm glad to see that they can here in the second half.
And it's Rivers coming in. Fake to Rivers and throw over Robinson's head. Looked like a miscommunication.
Pass intended for Jalen Robinson falls incomplete. Second and 10 for the Tigers from their own 37.
It's going to set up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 37 for the county. Brown coming back in for Rivers. Keeping a little rotation on this drive at running back. Something we didn't see much of in the first half. Also going to be Tyus and Robinson at the bottom. There's a snap. He's looking down at the bottom. He's going to throw it deep. And Robinson trying to get around him. He couldn't. He was being held. And there's Jalen Robinson getting the pass interference or a hold. Let's see which one they call. It's going to be a pass interference on Dougherty County.
Pass interference against the Trojans.
And, you know, it's not just the completions, you know, when Caden Harrison comes to the game. That's also a different element he can give you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw them take a couple shots there earlier, you know, in the first half. But you'd like to see that here, especially early in the second half, kind of give Dougherty a little taste of like, hey, we can do this, right? We can throw downfield, try and make these plays.
And here we go with Caden. Nobody back there with him. Let's see if they bring somebody in motion. They don't. He's all by himself. He's going to throw it. And let's see. They're going to say interception. And Dougherty County is going to get it at the 41-yard line.
Interception on the
It looked like it may have hit the ground, but it didn't. He got his hands up underneath it and made the catch.
interception for the Trojans.
And that's not what the doctor ordered for the county. Is it's going to go over to Dougherty in decent field position. And that's just not at all what Harris County needed. The ball is going to be on the 41-yard line for the Trojans.
Yeah, that is definitely a killer here. Second half, start moving the ball a little bit, you overcome a penalty, and then all of a sudden the interception, and then there's some miscommunication there.
And this defense was hoping to be on the sidelines a little bit longer. Harris County's getting to midfield, then turned it over on the interception. The risk you take when you go with a quarterback that does throw it more. Here goes.
First and 10. Flag on the field.
And it's going to be an offsides before the first play is even made. They're already getting a 1st and 5. Another penalty for this Harris County team. They managed to dodge it the first game against Manchester. They had some penalties. They're still able to hang on and win the game 17-7. This week it's hard to dodge him. There's a handoff on a little jet sweep, and he gets a crease. He's going to get the first down after the penalty. It's going to be first down from about the 46, 47, let's see where they go, 48-yard line.
First and 10, Trojans.
Another man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, roll out with a quarterback. He's coming back across the field. He's wrapped up and slung to the ground. P.J. Sterling with a sack on first down. And that's maybe what this defense needed right here, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you give up, you jump off sides, give them 1st and 5 to pick up that first down, but now you back them up. That's huge.
Yeah, big play right there with
9-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 19.
2nd and 19, ball on the 43. This defense just got to keep this momentum going. We've seen a couple times get them back in these situations and let them off the hook. Let's see if Coach Winkles and his defense can keep the pressure coming right here on the 2nd and 19. Defense need to make another play. Let's set the offense up. If you're this defense, let's set our offense up for something positive. They're hollering, they're making some plays. Carter Myers making some changes, and it's going to be a timeout, Dougherty County.
Timeout, Dougherty.
Don't forget, after the game at 11 o'clock on the GIAA.com, no, GIAA.tv, I believe, is the GIAA scoreboard show with Thrift Behringer and Richard Holdridge. They bring you all the GIAA action, the private schools. I know they had some big matchups this week. Brookstone at FDP, Pacelli and Taunton Square is playing. And it's just some big matchups. They're going to talk about all that on the GIAA High School Football Scoreboard Show. I mentioned it's at the Beck Center and hosted by Thrift Behringer and his co-host extraordinaire, Richard Holdridge. They do the GIAA football show. They also do GASL twice a week. So there's a lot going on at the Beck Center. And at the new GASL, the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Studios, undisclosed location. If I tell everybody, y'all might go hound them boys, because I know the rankings get a lot of heat on social media. As Harris County's defense is out there, Coach Winkles knows who he's going with. He said, here's my 11, Dougherty County, let's go. Here comes Dougherty out of the timeout. Zamar Jackson, the senior, been at quarterback. He's going to have Deshaun Malone back there with him. Malone's had a great night. This is an electric back. You can't fall asleep right here on 2nd and super long. Malone will go in there and make you pay. So here they come. Harris County's in a little 3-3-5. There's a running back. He's looking for Malone. Coming up and hit. And the ball goes incomplete. Preston Jenkins coming in from that safety spot, making a play, and going to set up 3rd down and 19 on this defense coming back out. And there's a Houston Clinic, Jack Houston Memorial injury timeout. We're going to take a timeout shortly after this as Maddie Osborne, the trainer for Harris County, goes out there and helps the young man out. And we'll take a break. Be right back.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And Maddie walks the young man off the field. Something we're hoping is a cramp on the Tiger defender. Now it's Harris County in a 3rd and 19 situation. This defense begging to get off the field. P.J. Sterling put this offense in this position with a sack on first down. And they're begging for this crowd to make some noise, and they are. Parents making some noise up here. There's a snap. He's looking downfield. Pressure coming right up in the middle. He spins out of it, still behind him. Throws it deep downfield, and flag coming in. Really, the official that threw it's on the other side. If he could see the guy, how can he see the back of the receiver to see if he had hands on him? Flag came from way out there on 3rd and 19. There's a pass interference on the county. And now the loudest this crowd's been as they start showing their displeasure of the call. It's going to be 3rd and 4. But any kind of momentum you feel like just got zapped out on that penalty, especially with it being questionable at that. He's making changes at the line. Harris County gets back in position. They get back in position. No flag. No contact was made. Now it's Dougherty flipping the running back. There's a snap. Short throw, complete, spun out of it. First down, Dougherty. And they're going to be down about the 32-yard line.
Pass complete. Stop by Montrez Wood.
Montrez coming in, making the tackle. That 3rd and 19 is going to be haunting Harris County. Will look like a great play by Jordan Rutledge. So now they're trying to make some changes. Here comes a handoff right in the teeth of this Harris County defense. He gets out of it, almost breaks free. He's still going to get 8 yards out of it, bring up 2nd down. Now Dougherty's trying to go fast, something they did on their first touchdown drive in the first half. They're going to hand it back off. He drops the ball, loses yards. And again, it's 3rd down. It's this Harris County defense forcing 3rd downs, not getting off the field. As you see KJ Neal coming in. 3rd and 5. Snap, gets a hold off, breaks the tackle in the backfield, gets the first down, and he's down to the 20-yard line. And again, it's Dougherty. The damage they do, not just getting the conversion, keeping the drive alive, they're eating this clock alive. We're almost at 8-minute mark.
Trojans first and 10 from the Tiger 20.
There's a snap, hands it off, and a big play by these Tigers. Let's see who the first one. I know Preston Jenkins came in after the fact. Let's see who that was that made that. Of course, it's that guy, P.J. Sterling.
P.J. Sterling along with Preston Jenkins.
And it's going to be another Jack Houston Memorial Hospital injury timeout. I see Harris County coming off the field. So they're going to talk about it over here on the sidelines. Stay tuned. At the end of the game, we're going to give out the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. we'll give that out at the end of the game. Harris County's got to figure. Ethan, it's these third downs that's killing our boys out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just come down to that they just can't get off the field. And these third downs, we saw it in the first half with the fourth downs, they couldn't get off the field. And, that's just going to have to change. You're not going to win games if you can't get off the field on third down.
Absolutely. That third down defense. And I don't know what, I thought that was a good play. Of course, I'm looking through black and gold glasses when I make that comment. But, it looked like Jordan Rutledge coming from the right side. If they're saying he had his hands on the defender, shouldn't it be the official on that side of the field? And I think that's what the county coaches were saying. But, no matter what it is, the official did throw the flag.
Yeah, I think honestly it just came down to the timing, right? I think it was just there early, and they saw that, decided to throw the flag. But, it's hard to disagree or agree with it,
And I'll always give the officials, benefit of the doubt because we're way up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like we said, we're looking at he's on the field. He could have seen a tug, a grab of the jersey, something on the cut. So we don't know exactly what it is. But, man, you just like to have that and force that 4th and 18. But either way, now it's 2nd and 15 again. You're keeping them behind the chains. Let's keep it that way. Defense needs to make a play. Carter Myers trying to fire in the middle. He's coming in there along with some other guys, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. He's going to have the receivers in the area, so it's not an intentional grounding. Looked like DJ Hosley was in on the coverage. The Harris County defense coming right up the middle, led by senior Carter Myers. Brings up a 3rd and 14 again. Harris County getting set up. Here's 3rd and 14 from the 24. Harris County's digging in. They're going to throw it behind the line of scrimmage. At the line of scrimmage, dropped. And it's going to bring up 4th down from the 24.
That's going to bring out 4th down for the Trojans.
Let's see if they keep their offense on the field. They keep the field goal earlier at the end of the half. This will be a 41-yard field goal from here, I believe. So they're going to elect to go for it. Harris County's defense again.
4th and 14.
Got to get off this field. We mentioned it before. Here we go. 4th and 14, the play. He's going to throw it into the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted. Jalen Robinson coming in, making the catch. And you'll take the 4-yard hit because that gives you a little bit of momentum right there, Ethan.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's even better it's in the end zone, right? You prevented that touchdown there.
Yes.
That was absolutely huge. If they score that touchdown there, I mean, this game, it just flips upside down. But that was huge right there from Jalen Robinson getting in there and making a play.
And here you see the touchdown club call. Thanks to the camera from the touchdown club. Thanks to Lenny Moore, president of the touchdown club. All their members are fantastic. And just all the help they do to make game days possible. They are really and truly the heart and soul of this football program. And here comes that offense. Caden Harrison in again at quarterback. Looks like that's Joseph Taylor standing on the 20 on the near side. Here comes a man in motions, Vattel. He's going to drop back and throw it deep down the sideline. He's got to step on the man. And did he make the catch? He did. That's Damon Brooks with the catch. That's going to be 1st down County at the 50-yard line. That brings a crowd to their feet. Welcome back, Damon Brooks, making a play and making a difference. His first game back after having surgery earlier this year. And that's just what the Harris County team needed. You get the interception, you get a 31-yard completion, 1st down at the 49-yard line. And here they come. Coach Watson, Coach Freely, and see Coach Atwater, the wide receiver coach, out there with them. Trying to communicate. There's a snap, handoff, big, and whistles. Whistles, and Matthew Love took that snap, and it's a false start on Harris County. Back them up 5 yards. You get the interception, you get the big play, then you had the penalties. 2 steps forward, 1 step back right here live, and it looked like Matt Love had a good little carry going right there. You mixed it up. Getting Love in the game at running back. We've seen him play a lot of wide out this year. He's going to stay in there at running back to the right of Caden Harrison, 1st and 15. There's a snap. They're going to give it to him, looking for a crease and hole. He's dragging people with him. He's spinning. He's going to be a big gain. He's going to get it down to the 45. Matthew Love coming into the game and making a difference right off the bat. We saw Kingston get all the carries in the first half with some bruising running, and Matt Love supposed to be your change of pace, but he was bruising on that run. They're going quick, 2nd down. And let's see, it's going to be a timeout, Dougherty County. And we're going to take it with them on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts.
And welcome back. Rick Beach, Ethan Petitt with you as Harris County's at 2nd and 6. They're going to hand it off to Love again. He can't find a hole. He's going to get hit, push back, going to bring up 3rd down. No gain on the play, no loss either. Going to be 3rd and 6 from the 45. Harris County wanting to go fast. They know possessions are so valuable here in the second half. They only had 3 in the first half. They need 2 scores. They look over to Coach Watson. Gets the change. Here's Harrison. Harrison gets back. He's looking down at the bottom. He's going to throw it deep to Joe Taylor. Taylor with a catch inside the 20-yard line. Harris County with a long pass. Caden Harrison doing what he brings the difference. They're going to spot it at the 16-yard line. And we're in that Rick Knight State Farm red zone. Harris County getting set. Great job by this offensive line, giving him time. They look to the sidelines again. Coach Watson making the calls. Coach Freely trying to signal them in. Matt Love staying at running back. They're going to hand it off to him right up the middle. He's going to go in shoulder first. That makes Coach Watson happy. And he's going to gain about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Matthew Love, the ball carrier.
And Matthew Love running physical, Ethan. You don't expect that out of the little guy.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, he's a hard runner, and he gets most of that from wrestling too.
Absolutely. He's a little guy, but he's a beast in the weight room. I'll give him credit on that. He's an absolute monster in there. Pound for pound, one of the best on the team. Kingston Rivers coming to the game. They flip him to the right of Harrison. Harrison going to give it to him. Right up the middle. Rivers dragging people. Slung down to the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for this Tigers offense. And they want to go fast again. Pulling Rivers up to the right again of Caden Harrison. Harrison looks. He's got 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right. Senior to his right at running back. He tells the offensive line what they're doing. Snap, give it again. He's going in there. He broke the plane. Touchdown, Harris County. And they finally break out after 10 quarters of being held off the board. Kingston Rivers pounds it into the end zone. And there you go, getting the crowd off the field. And they come in here, Nate Batchelor looking to cut it to a 3-point lead. His daughter was up, felt like all game after their first drive, had 7-0. They had 3 at halftime. Harris County fires in here with a touchdown. Nate Batchelor in. Preston with the snap. Caden with the hold. Batchelor's kick is up and good. And that's a Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. Covers 80 yards. 2 long completions by Caden Harrison. And how about Kingston Rivers coming in there and answering the bell when the team needed him the most?
You mentioned it. 10 straight quarters without a touchdown. This is the best touchdown and probably the best feeling that they're going to score or that they're going to get in a long time. I mean, that was a great drive. We'd love to see that. And they come out here second half, rough first drive, but they come right back and they get a touchdown.
Yeah, and you mentioned it after it happened. That started The defense feeding the offense. The defense got the interception on 4th down. They got the interception by Jalen Robinson, and they flipped it into a big drive. They didn't just get points. They got a touchdown, and when the team needed that physicality at the end, Matthew Love carried the load that drive, but it let Kingston rest, and when they needed him in the goal line situation, he hammers it in for the touchdown. See this? As they start running out here, Nate Batchelor coming in to kick it off. Man, the energy just changed so quick. I think it was the first Caden Harrison pass, everything got fired back up, but that second one really just brought people up and got the team fired up, and there was just nothing holding back Kingston Rivers as he got it in there for that Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. And here's Nate Batchelor to kick it off. He's looking around. He's going to be a straight-on short pooch kick. It's going to be caught at the 21, coming right in there and hit, and driven back. He's going to try to reset, come in there, and it's more County Tigers. Preston Jenkins driving him down. McGee driving him down to the ground. And are they saying it's on the ground? As a flag comes in. Let's check the flag. I think if you're a Harris County fan, either on watching us or here at the stadium, you hold your breath when you see that yellow piece of fabric come flying in from the officials. We check the white hat as they're talking. It's going to be a personal foul on Dougherty County. And that's going to back them up a little more. Harris County's defense, who came through last time, is the ultimate bend but don't break, Ethan. They bent as much as they could. They got down there and got the interception in the end zone. Now you're asking them again, let's make a play.
Yeah, and they're going to need one, and they just need to stop now, right? Their offense got them some points, and they just need to hold up here and do not let Dougherty get any momentum, after this drive.
Yes, sir, because first time in a long time, it's Harris County with the momentum. It's something they haven't felt in a while. And now this defense has that sense of the momentum. They can feel the energy. This is going to be first down from the 13-yard line. As we got a good one going in the county. As Jackson comes in at quarterback. Shotgun formation as they've been all night. Most teams are nowadays. Harris County show blitz, backs out at the snap. It's going to be thrown and caught. And Carter Myers comes in and drives him down for a short gain. Harris County is going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for Dougherty. We're under 4 minutes to go, 3.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Possession so limited, both teams taking up so much time when they get the ball. It's a man in motion. He's going to stop play about a tight end spot. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to be hit, spun down to the ground, and it's Carter Myers again from that linebacker spot. Going to bring up a third down from the 18-yard line, 3rd and 6. Coach Renner's about to remind everybody 3rd and 6 Harris County, and that's going to be their sign to make some noise, and they're doing it. It's a big 3rd down. DJ Hosley's looking at the sidelines, make sure any checks. He's getting set up at safety. Jackson, quarterback, sees looks like Preston Jenkins showing blitz. He may have backed out. Let's see. He's coming back in, creeping towards that line of scrimmage. Preston Jenkins is coming, and they're going to throw it quick out over top, and it's deflected, knocked away. As it's Woods, Montrez Woods makes the play. Big play by the guy. He's a captain tonight, the senior. He deflects the pass, and it's going to be 4th down, and Jalen Robinson's going to go back to receive this punt with 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And we mentioned first time in 10 quarters, Harris County's had some momentum, and the defense answered the bell. They're going to bring Robinson's going to stand on the Harris County 45, waiting on this punt. The last one, he got hit as soon as he caught it. There's the snap, no pressure. And it's going to be a kick. Going to land about the 44. Going to take a Harris County bounce. And it's going to be down at about the, let's see, he's going to say the 48. And this Harris County offense is going to be 1st and 10, 52 yards away from pay dirt. With 2:10 to go here in this third quarter.
This is Harris County football, and nobody does it like the county.
And here we go. And Caden Harrison came out in the second half. He did throw a pick on the first drive, but man, he made up for it on that second drive. 2 long completions, including a 31-yard completion to really get the momentum going. And it's going to be Harrison with the snap, spin move, and nothing doing. Kingston River is going to lose 2 yards, it looks like. Going to bring up 2nd and 12 from the 46.
Stop by Braylon McWhorter. 2-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 12.
Here their calls, clock rolling under a minute and a half. Rivers to the right of Harrison. Harrison takes a snap, going to fake the handoff, running himself right up the middle, and he's going to get hit just shy of the line of scrimmage, going to lose about half a yard and set up a 3rd down. They're going to say 13. I'm going to say 12 and a half. Either way, it's a long way to go on 3rd down. Harrison dropped back. He's throwing it down the sidelines and just out of the reach of the receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes Nate Batchelor with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter to punt it away. Harris County down 10-7 late here in the third quarter. There's a snap, man coming on. Batchelor gets it away in time. It's going to land on the 30. He's going to catch it on the run, go right down the sidelines, and forced out of bounds inside the 45, right at the 44. And that's where Dougherty will take over. We'll stay with you here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as we got 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This defense forced the 3 and out. Now they got Dougherty has the ball at midfield, and you're asking them to do it again. Coach Winkle's holding them a little bit longer. And let's see here, they're coming out. 1st and 10, ball on the 44. They're going to hand it off, and the ball's on the ground. It's rolling back. It's picked up. It's going to go down. He's going to drag him. He's dragging him. And it's going to be down at the half-yard line. We're trying to get eyes on who picked it up. The fumble, we saw the spin, the ball come flying out, rolling on the ground. Harris County defender run up on it. He picked it up. I'm going to say still can't see who it was. It was a defensive lineman, I believe. Here's the first and goal, half-yard line. Matthew Alexis back in the game. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. We're looking. Where's the call? Touchdown, Tigers! Harris County's taking the lead in the third quarter, 13-10. Matthew Alexis comes in, gets the quarterback keeper. Here comes Nate Batchelor looking to cap off this Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. It's 13-10. Harris County looking to push it to where they got to have a touchdown. Snap, hold, it's up, it's good. It's 14-10, Harris County. 15 seconds go in the third. We're going to take a break right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
This is Harris County football, and nobody does it like the county.
And Nate Batchelor setting up. Looks like he's getting ready for another pooch kick. And there it goes, high. Going to be caught deeper than the last man. It's Buff. He's looking for the ball. It's looking around. He's going to be hit, taken down by the 21. And this Harris County team feeding the energy, feeding the momentum from earlier in the half. 6 seconds to go. Harris County leading 14-10. They were hitting the mouth in the first half and coming off the deck here in the third quarter to take the lead.
Man, everything that could have gone right here in the past couple of plays has gone right. And you love to see that momentum switch with Harris County.
Absolutely. So here we go. And there's a run, and he's going to get a yard, maybe two. And we're going to get ready. Four fingers go up on Coach Holbrook. We go to the fourth quarter. It's Harris County 14. It's Dougherty 10. Be right back here in the county.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And welcome back to Harris County High School. We're at Danny Durham Field at Tiger Stadium, as that was KJ Neal, who was the special teams player of the week this week. And what a play right there by KJ Neal to pick the ball up and get it to the half-yard line, leading to the Alexis touchdown.
Talk about being a playmaker. That's the definition right there. Being able to pick up the ball, go all the way down to the 1 yard line, almost got in the end zone, but he set up the touchdown anyway. What a play.
And now your defense going back on the field, and Dougherty, who's been leading this entire game, comes in here. Now they're down. It's 2nd and 8. The band has really picked it up. This crowd atmosphere, the parents have really rose up right here making some noise. And And it's going to be 2nd down, 8 to go, ball on the 24. So we're about to get this 4th quarter underway. Harris County on the line. They look like they're wanting to show blitz. They come up the middle expecting to run and got it. They force it to the outside. He's going to get some yardage on that. It's going to set up a 3rd and short for the Trojans. Carter Myers got the tackle. And Myers' helmet came off on the play. He's going to have to come out. And he's going to get replaced by Kingston Rivers. 3rd and 2 up on the line. They're going to hand it off. He's going to go up the middle for a big gain, busting through the line, breaking tackles at midfield. He's going to get hit, finally driven to the ground by Damon Brooks. A huge gain into Tigers territory. Looked like that was Burgess getting through there. Now, trouble with the snap. He's going to just roll out. He's going to throw it deep on a little wheel route down the sideline. 15, 10, 5, slung to the ground. They're going to look, and touchdown Dougherty. As a little broken play, the ball hit the ground. The quarterback picked it up. Then he looked to just notice that they had it, and he flipped it down the sideline. And just like that, Harris County goes and gives up the touchdown. It's 16-14, pending the extra point right here by Dougherty. There's a snap and hold. The kick is good. It's going to be 17-14 with just over 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. That whole scoring drive was set up by that big run on 3rd and 2, and he got, it in deep into Tigers territory. Harris County's getting ready to go back on the field and wanting to keep some momentum, keep something going right here, looking for a big kickoff return or something to spark that fire that we've already seen that's in there. See if they can keep that momentum going on offense. So they get ready to kick it off. Taylor and McGee deep to return it for the Tigers. And there's the kick. It's going to be a short one. A couple Tigers will almost run into each other. Love has it. Love driving down inside the 30, 32-yard line. That's where the boys will take over. And this Harris County offense looking to keep it rolling with a 80-yard touchdown drive. Then the very next touchdown drive was a half a yard, Ethan.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a big difference, and also you hate to see how Harris County had all that momentum, and now all of a sudden it's flipped. Not to say they've lost all of it, because they've moved the ball here, they've scored touchdowns on previous 2 drives, and you hope they can just continue that and put that Dougherty touchdown behind them.
And here they come out. It's Harrison. Matt Love behind him. He's got 2 receivers stacked at the top. There's the handoff, fakes it, throws it to a man over the middle. He's got it at the 50. K. Tyus taken down by the 44-yard line on 1st down. Harris County, big gain. And Ethan right there across the 50 already.
What a start to the drive. That's exactly what you're looking for, and especially now they bring in Caden Harrison. He's the guy that you want throwing deep and, having that confidence to be able to throw down that deep and hitting sophomore receiver K. Tyus.
Now they look to the side. Love in at running back. You see Taylor and Tyus on this side of the field. Tyus in that slot. Jalen up top by himself. There's a snap. They're going to give it to Love that time, and he's going to get 2 yards. Maybe he's going to set up 2nd and 8. Matthew Love. And they're trying to go fast. They're trying to go fast. And Harris County is going to call timeout with 10 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And tune in at 11 o'clock. You see it right there on GIAA.tv. It's the GIAA High School Football Scoreboard Show, hosted by Thrift Behringer and Richard Holdridge. They can give you all the action from across the GIAA landscape and give you up to date as they have some big-time matchups today, including one down at Brookstone. I believe it was 1 and 3 or 1 and 2 in that division were playing each other, possible state championship matchup. So that's a big game down there. They'll talk about that. And also don't forget, at the end of the game, we'll give out the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. It's Harris County's down by 3 and looking to find somebody to give it to right here. Here comes Caden. Gets the snap, hands it off to Brown. Brown trying to make people miss. He busts through the line. He's going to get it close. It's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. So he's going to get tackled right there at the 35. Harris County's wanting to go fast. Jaden Brown staying in at running back. Caden puts him back there, kind of a pistol formation. They looking at Coach Freely and Coach Watson's. Coach Derek Moxley has to pull him off the field. They're going to hand it right up the middle. He makes the man miss. He gets the 1st down. He drags the pile. He's going to get about 4 yards on that one. It's going to be 1st down Tigers at the 30. So we're inside 9.5 minutes to go. Ball laying right on the 30-yard line. 1st down for this Harris County offense.
Tigers 1st and 10 from the Trojan 30.
They come up to the line. Tyus and Vitale down here at the bottom. They're going to be stacked. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to keep going. They're going to try to move the pile, and they're going to get 3, maybe 4. Let's see where they spot it. Going to be 3-yard gain, set up a 2nd and 7. As the helmet comes off the Dougherty defender. As he comes off the field. Coach signaling the calls to Caden. Harrison lets the team know. There's the handoff. Jaden Brown goes right up the middle. He busts through. He's got the 1st down. They push the pile at the 15. Them legs are driving. Let's see where they got him down. They're going to spot it on the 15. It's going to be a Tigers 1st down. And we're in that State Farm Rick Knight red zone. Looking up here, Jaden Brown having a great drive right here, right up the middle. It's going to be Vitale at the bottom. Ties, they're trying to bring people on. They're going to have to call a timeout. Dougherty calls a timeout, and they don't have no more. There's 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. They come off the field. And they come off. We're going to stay with you right here. We're going to give a shout out to the sponsors that make this possible. Harris County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mike Jolly, thanks for everything he does. Then the Whistling Pig. Moore's Whistling Pig been a staple of Pine Mountain and Harris County as long as I can think about it. And their food is just awesome. It's always the Friday stop for a lot of people in the county. It's packed in there. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. Awesome places. Christ Chapel having 2 services, 9:30 and 11:15 right there on Highway 27, right past Park Elementary. That's going to be at 13377 US Highway 27 in Hamilton, right past Park, right before Sweet Bay if you're coming from Catala. And Pine Mountain Chiropractic, Dr. Jeff Russell, appreciate all his help. And, of course, Bashir's Kubota. We've seen them, finally get to see them after 10 long quarters, seeing the scoring drive. But right here we're looking to see it again as County's down by 3. They're at the 15 on 1st down. Caden Harrison gets the snap. He's going to hand it off. He cuts to the outside, cuts back in. Jaden Brown's hit. He's going to get about 4 yards to set up a 2nd and 6. Let's see where they spot it. Got 4, 2nd and 6 from the 11. They look at this sideline. Harris County has gone to a faster pace here in the second half. Part of their change. Cowboys coming in to talk to Coach Watson to get that signal. He goes back out there. His center position is going to be Jaden Brown still in this pistol with Caden. Caden going to give it to Jaden again. He's going to gain. Did he get anything? Let's see. No, they're going to call original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. Kingston Rivers coming into the game. Ethan Petitt, you think they're going to maybe run it with Kingston and go for it if they don't get it on 4th down?
Yeah, you got to think, obviously, this is 4-down territory at this point. And, yeah, I think they'll try and go up the middle here or to the outside with Rivers. And if that doesn't work out, you know, see what they do next. But, I mean, they're bringing him in for a reason.
Yeah, I think you bring him in here. If he gets 4 or 5, you go for it. If not, you might kick it from here. Let's see. There's the handoff. There's the cut. There's the drive, the power and run. He's going to get it down to about the 8-yard line. So let's call that a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 4th and 3. And all eyes in the stadium go to Coach Watson. See his decision on this 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line, down by 3.
Tigers 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line.
Clock running. We're coming up on 6 minutes to go in this game already. They're looking over at the sidelines. I want to say they're going to run the clock down to kick the field goal is what it might be right here, or they at least want to talk about it. And there's the timeout.
Timeout, Harris County.
And you see them go over there. Now they're talking right here, Ethan, and you have to see both sides of it right here. You think you want to go for it, try to get them 3 yards. You did get stuffed on the 2nd down, but you put Kingston, and he did get just that 3 yards.
Yeah, and I think the decision here is based off now he knows that this defense can stop Dougherty, and they know their offense can move the ball. And so if they can get that football back, you know, I think it'd be a good call to go for it here. You've scored on your last 2 possessions, or I believe so. But, I mean, yeah, I think you have to take this opportunity, right? You haven't had a lead in, 2 games, so, they're going to have to, I think.
It'd be a 25-yard field goal from here if they let to go that route. They're going to go the route to go for it, and look who's coming in at quarterback, Matthew Alexich. So you have, the not just the throw option, you also have him keeping it, him handing it to Kingston, just something else for this defense to look at. But 4th and 3, ball on the 8, Alexich at quarterback. It's going to be a straight quarterback run, and he got tripped up and dives, and it's going to be super close. I don't know. They're going to say turnover on downs. They're not even going to measure it. It looks like he had it going. It just tripped up and fell short was Matthew Alexich. And it's going to be a turnover on downs, and they're going to put the ball on the 6-yard line with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go, down by 3. This Harris County defense is going to have to come out there and at least one more time make a play and get off the field, Ethan.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. They can't cash that in, especially because they played that perfectly. Alexich had a gap up the middle to get that first down, but either tripped up or started his dive too early. I couldn't really tell from up here, but still, defense is going to have to step up.
Now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 6. This Harris County defense, knowing it can make a play, get off the field, hold them to a punt from deep in their own territory. But you start giving up first downs, you get in trouble. You got 1 timeout and just under 6 minutes to go, and it goes quick. So here comes County up on the line. He's going to throw it quick over here behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if that. That's going to make the clock run, but it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for Dougherty. This Harris County defense been asked all night to make a play, and one more time, the entire county's asking them to make a play right here and get this offense back out on the field.
Cheeseburgers at the band concession stand. $2 cheeseburgers, band concession stand.
They got stacked at the top and bottom. Shotgun formation. Jackson hands it off. He's going to get a hole, and he's going to keep going. It's going to be close. They're going to give him the first down. And that's what Dougherty's going to want to do right here, just move them chains and milk that clock all they can and keep this offense off the field from Harris County.
A loss to Colin has been turned into the visitor side concession stand.
And they're looking around. Jackson making the call.
First and 10.
Ball on the 16-yard line. Just got 10 yards right there on that second down play. There's the handoff, or the snap rather. Now the handoff. He's going to the outside. He's got a crease, and he breaks the tackle, and he's going to get snatched down. He's going to be inside the 35. It's going to be a big first down run. They're getting to the outside of us, Ethan, and we got to find a way to contain them runs.
Yeah, Harris County's entered dangerous territory here now. 4.5 minutes, and that clock's going to be ticking.
Yeah. Dougherty goes into 4-minute offense mode. I'm sure they started the drive in that. That's why first down is such a big play right here. Try to prevent them from doing what they want. But if they get to the outside line, that is really going to be a long drive. So we're approaching 4 minutes. There's a snap. It's going to be a short run, going to set up 2nd and 10. It's going to take a lot of time off that clock. But it's 2nd and 10, and you're just hoping, let's do it one more time right here, bring up a 3rd down. This defense on the field. See Liam Colley right in the middle of it. Him and Aubrey right in the middle. P.J. Sterling having a fantastic game, that defensive end spot. They're getting ready, 2nd down. Low snap, they're going to throw it over to the outside, and they're going to say incomplete. So that'll stop the clock and bring up a 3rd down and 9, Ethan.
Yeah, that's actually a big mistake there from Dougherty. I don't know why they're passing the football here. I mean, you know, you have 2nd down, you're running the ball very well. I don't even know why you're risking that, because now you have 3rd down and the clock is stopped.
And the crowd getting up, making some noise. It's 3rd down and 9. Harris County's got 1 timeout. Trojans got none. Dougherty used up all theirs at the start of the 4th quarter. They used up their last one. A big 3rd down right here. We keep saying it, but none bigger than this one. Here comes a blitz coming from the backside. Right up the middle. Got him rolling out. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete. 4th and 9. Ball on the 38-yard line with 3:14 to go, and they're going to have to punt it away. Harris County's going to put Jalen Robinson deep. Harris County's defense kind of benefiting from Dougherty getting a little greedy, wanting to throw it. They're going to come in. Harris County's been setting up the return the last couple punts. Let's see if they want to pin their ears back and go get one right here and try to block it. They got a big shield back there. I almost want to just say return it, play it safe right here and get set up a return, and that's precisely what they'll do. And it's a high knuckleball, going to bounce about the 30, and the Trojans going to let it bounce, and it's going to hit a man at the 22, 23. Oh, well, they're going to up top's at the 24, down at the bottom's at the 23. They're going to give it at the 24. Harris County would take it. And Ethan, 3 minutes to go, and you're 76 yards away from would be the biggest touchdown in a couple of years here in the county.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they still have that timeout. And we mentioned Dougherty, they don't have timeout. So if they run this fast tempo, you know, Dougherty's not going to be able to call timeout, right? Adjust. So,
yeah.
You know, if they can keep that momentum and keep going fast, I think that's what they have to do here.
And it does change a little bit. They did put it at the 23, so they spotted a yard back. You might not be able to run it as much as you wanted to. Looks like Alexich in at quarterback, Matthew Alexich at quarterback. There's a snap. No, it's Harrison. Harrison in. Harrison deep. Robinson's got the man beat. He catches it. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Tigers. Harris County, 76-yard touchdown pass. Caden Harrison to Jalen Robinson, catches it, 2:53, and the momentum changes back to the black and gold, Ethan.
Dude, that was one of the best plays I've witnessed from up here in the booth this year. One-on-one, go ball, Jalen Robinson, an absolute dime, works to perfection. One play later, Harris County's back on top.
Absolutely. Let's make a correction. That was a 77-yard bomb from Caden Harrison, the junior quarterback. Here comes Nate Batchelor with a big field goal attempt right here, or extra point attempt rather. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is good. Trojans will have to get a touchdown inside 3 minutes to go. Harris County's coming off the field, and the last time we had this momentum, Dougherty answered right back. But how about that? That wasn't a Bashir's Kubota scoring drive. That was the Bashir's Kubota scoring play. 77-yard bomb from Caden Harrison. And Harris County's up 21-17. Man, Ethan, you saw that just one play right down the sideline. And once Jalen caught it, there wasn't no catching him after that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're going to look back at this play. Everyone's going to look back at this play. And later on, you know, after this game or as the season goes along, that play could have been the whole turning point in the way that this season's going to go.
And we talk about the momentum in this play. We talk about the youth of this team. Caden Harrison, a junior. Jalen Robinson, a sophomore. KJ Neal recovers the fumble to the half-yard line, a sophomore. So you see all this young talent out here on the field. It's great to see. And just, you know, the future of this team. But right now, you ain't worried about the future. You're worried about the next 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Nate Batchelor on to kick it. He's looking down here to the right side. He's not straight on like he was earlier. He's still not as deep as we've seen him. He's going to kick that one high, short. Going to be bounced. Going to take a backwards bounce. Harris County, did they recover it? They did. Harris County football at their 25-yard line. That ball was like a beautiful, like a golfer coming out of the sand pit, took a backspin. The guy wanted to catch it on a bounce. Only problem, it bounced backwards and Harris County recovers it. We're going to try to get some eyes on who made that recovery. Ethan, how about the momentum now?
I can't believe this right now. Harris County just got all the momentum you could possibly have in the world. Dude, that is insane. The one play drive touchdown, right? You now kick it off, and then they recover that. Man, I mean, this is insane.
Trying to get eyes on who recovered it, trying to get some. We can't see it from up here. There's a snap. Caden hands it off to Love. Love up the middle, driven back. He's going to get about a yard, maybe two. But remember, Dougherty don't have any timeouts. It's going to run some time off the clock.
Second and 9.
Clock still going. Play clock is broke or not working here at the county right now. So we don't know the play clock. The ref is keeping it down there. He's letting the quarterback know the situation. Is it second and 9? There's a handoff to Rivers. He's banging up the middle, spinning off of guys. He's driving it down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 inside 2 minutes to go.
He picks up 8, 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Clock ticking, ticking, ticking. And there's a Jack Houston Memorial Hospital injury timeout as Miss Maddie runs out onto the field. See the coaches over here talking to the offense. They know they get a first down. That should be your ball game. You're a yard away.
Let's hear it for Kingston River.
They got and we're still trying to, up here in the press box, get eyes. We think we know who got the recovery, but we don't want to say right away.
31.
And this is the Rick Knight State Farm red zone. 3rd and 1, but no bigger play than this. They're running the clock down. Caden Harrison coming off the bench in the second half, even throwing a pick his first drive. Carter Myers at running back. There's a snap. Everybody knows Myers is getting it. Myers busts through. They push him forward. They push him forward. First down, Harris County. Clock is running. They're going to be first and goal from the 10, it looks like. It don't matter because the next play will be every team's favorite play as they get in a victory formation. And Harris County calls their last time out to come over here and talk about this victory formation. They'll have to take 2 snaps. And Harris County's talking it out. Minute 4, 64 seconds away for Harris County. Run victory formation here, then you have to do it one more time. But Caden Harrison, the second generation Harris County Tiger, coming in, leading the county to 21 points. Will take this snap, and he's going to let his knee touch that Harris County soil that he was born and raised on, and let that clock tick down one more time. And we're going to go right now to the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, Caden Harrison, the Harris County quarterback, coming in. We said leading to seeing as you see right there, Caden. Harris County. And they start lining up on the 40. And Harris County, after 2 weeks of the longest 2 weeks of county football, come off the deck and respond like none other. 10 quarters, no points. They come in this second half, and Caden Harrison leads them to 21 points. And hey, that's both offense and defense both played lights out in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, that was, perfect execution there towards the end of the game. I mean, that's how you go out and win a football game. Defense steps up, offense steps up, special teams steps up. So, you get all of those going. And like I said, that's how you're going to win the football game.
And it's Harris County, we mentioned it before, the 2 weeks, just you want to forget, what better way to put it behind you. But what a comeback. And even when they took the lead for a quick, they took the 14-10 lead, it got hit right back in the mouth. And then they responded. And that's just what you see, this grit from this team. And what a way you go into the off week with this momentum, and you go into region play with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and you can think of that almost as a negative, right? You have all this momentum now. You really don't want your bye week. Yeah. But, I don't think it'll end up being a problem. But I really hope they can carry on that momentum into their next game. And it'll be another home game. So, that's going to be great for them. And, how they perform tonight against this home crowd, or with this home crowd at their backs. What a performance.
Yeah, great performance. Well, I'm going to step away. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it's going to be Ethan Petitt and Elizabeth Fisher going to wrap it up here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Harris County.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Today was a Harris County win here at Denny Durham Stadium. It was a great game. Harris County came down to the wire. It was fantastic. Elizabeth, how did you feel about that finish?
I felt like it was awesome. It was so great to see them work together and cheer each other up and continue to play hard even when they were losing.
Absolutely. They went 10 quarters without scoring a touchdown or scoring at all. And they come out tonight, second half, 20 points, 21 points in the second half to get the victory. That was enough. And, I mean, what a finish. Offense, defense, special teams, they all worked together. KJ Neal, the onside kick recovery that iced it at the end of the game. I mean, what a performance by everyone. Caden Harrison coming in. And we mentioned there had to be a change coming into this game after 10 shutout quarters. And Caden Harrison may be that change. I mean, how do you feel about his performance tonight?
I think it was amazing. Like, he continued to play, he worked hard, and it was great to watch him play.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, I've seen it firsthand in first block football. I mean, he really loves to play football, and, I mean, he balls out, and he did tonight. Second half, he did great. It's been such a fun night. The environment tonight, the student section down there on the hill, they were going crazy. The band was going crazy, and that'll do it from Tiger Stadium here in Hamilton, Georgia. I'm Ethan Petitt, Elizabeth Fisher alongside me, and we will see you next week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.